Blazin' Hit Radio.
Better music.
Less commercials.
More Larry and Kathie.
All right, so we got what's today?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. It's hump day.
The 15th, 16th, 17th.
This was supposed to be a short week, and it feels just as long as a regular week.
Right? I mean, yesterday was your Monday.
Right.
At least yesterday was my Tuesday.
Right. You didn't have to do the morning show, but you still had to do the TV show. So any day you have to get into drag is work.
Exactly. That's exactly how I feel. And I can't explain that enough to people. They're like, wait, you just, come on, Kathie, you just go do the TV show. It's like, no. Do you want to put that heavy makeup on and have to look good knowing that your Spanx are ripping and you have a wire poking through your bra?
Right. If Fox 31 ever needs you to go undercover as something, nobody's going to recognize you.
I got it. I got this. Okay.
We sent Kathie to pick up the meth, and nobody recognized her.
Not a single person.
Right. Once she put her makeup on, everybody knew who she was.
That's how I feel.
What would you do?
What would you do?
Nothing's worse. Like, I was out and about like the weekend, and nothing's worse than, because I was like, let's just go to the store, and have full bed head. So I'm in full like bird plumage, hair's going everywhere. So I'm like, all right, let's just run to the store. Run to the store, and this guy's like, Larry Ulibarri. He's like, we're taking a selfie. And then Chris goes, how cruel. He's like, have you seen his hair? And I go,
Chris said that to the guy.
And I go, it's bedhead. He goes like, dude, I got bedhead too, but his hair was like totally tight. Right?
Totally.
So I had to take a picture.
I have that all the time where I'll run into somebody and I'm like, hey, just no makeup, like it's just Kathie,
You're
like,
out of drag.
Right. And they always do the same. Well, I don't have any on. I don't have any on either. And I'm like, you look awesome. Don't lie. I'm looking at mascara right now on your eyelashes.
That's when you say only Snapchat with a bunny filter that puts eye makeup on you.
I do need to say that. Right.
Those are always come out good.
Could you put the pretty flowers in my hair?
Right, exactly. That's why the Kardashian show is filled with them.
They are. It is filled with them.
I know, but they have kids and the girls like them. You were saying that when you see Courtney's kids with Kim's kids.
Oh.
Like, Courtney's kids are not even cute.
No, not compared to Satan North.
Exactly.
Yeah, because we were talking about the fact that their new baby came, a little girl.
Right.
And the surrogate gave birth yesterday. And so we were like, it's going to be another beautiful little baby. And then we were just talking about Courtney's poor kids.
Right. Who look trans neutral. And she with Scott, she's like, I'm going to have the prettiest kid.
Yeah. And
because he's really handsome.
Right.
Because sometimes two pretty people can have average looking kids, and two ugly people can have amazing looking kids.
But none of the kids got Scott's blue eyes, did they?
I don't know. I don't
think Penelope, I don't think they
all look like the same exact kid.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And she even dresses them the same.
Right. And those poor things, they don't get to eat anything good.
Right, and Daddy's always drinking, and Daddy's dating a 19-year-old.
Speaking of dating.
Oh, yeah, we were talking earlier about dating, and I said, producer Bolt's sitting in here as Wig's coming in a second late.
Hey, Bolty.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And we were just talking in general terms of the problem with a relationship sometimes is that you become this, it's me and you now.
Right.
It's like we're best friends and we're going to spend most of our time together, which is fine because I really love spending time with Chris.
Totally.
And I would prefer to spend time with him.
Absolutely. That's why you chose him.
But we have friends. He has his friends and I have my friends. Mm-hmm. And so like when he does his thing, I'm completely cool with it. Like, I don't want to go to the Wrangler with some flight attendants. You know what I mean? No offense.
Sounds painful.
Right.
No,
You know why I think he likes going to the Wrangler?
Why?
Because there he's the twink.
He is.
Right. So, like.
Oh, my God. Those eyes.
Right, exactly. And all those bears are like, roar!
that little new car smell.
Right. No. There's the Triangle. Remember that leather bar?
Yes, of course. You tried to. You took me in there. Larry didn't tell me where we were going, Bolty. He was just like, come in here real fast. Let's go in and have a drink.
So here's the thing: we go up there. I try to trick him.
The Triangle takes it to a whole new level.
Well, so we walk up, and I'm about to get them into the bar, and the guy's like, "Oh, you can't come in here." And we're like, "Why?" And he goes, "You're wearing sandals." And he points to a sign, and it literally says, "No sandals."
No, it said no open-toed shoes.
Right, and so I look just beyond him where the club is.
Yeah, inside. So you look inside at the patrons that are in there.
And they're like guys in chaps
without
no underwear.
So all of a sudden, a dude walks by.
Come in.
A dude walks away from us, and you totally see his whole butt.
Right.
And we're like, and Larry's like,
I'm not allowed.
No open-toed shoes, but you can have open pants. this? Like, what kind of a law is this?
I didn't mean to derail, but by the way, I was
Back
just saying, as far as the triangle goes, they just reopened it.
I know you told me that.
And it's supposed to be real cool and hip, and it's got a little coffee bar, and it's so...
Same
it's
clientele?
Or
are they going for new...
I think it's one of those things where it's like kind of a leather bar, but like everybody's going anyway.
Right. But all those new rich white people moving into 5 Points.
Right. Want to go see what that looks like.
You can come on in.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
all right.
But back to what you were saying.
Having friends.
I remember I had a relationship like when I was with Trucker Greg. Mm-hmm. You know, and like you become so with that person all the time that you do drop off talking to your friends. And then, you know, like so when you break up, you have no friends because you became just each other, or you immersed yourself into his friends,
right,
and his life, and you let go of your friends. Like there's so many times that I had to like reach back out to a girlfriend I hadn't talked to in years and be like,
"Oh, what are you calling for?"
Just be like, "Hey, you know, I really miss us, and I'm sorry, and I did get lost." And
I've been in the basement smoking blunts with Mr. Big for 4 years. I just saw daylight. What's up? Want to hang out?
The good old days.
It was one continuous slumber party.
But what I was trying to tell Bolty and you is that it also, like, the reason why you're attracted to that person in the first place is because they had something going. They had something
a life
that made them look, and it makes you look independent, and looking independent is sexy, and so it's
like when you first date somebody now, they say you're only supposed to hang with them a couple times a week so you don't burn it out,
right?
And so Chris and I did that, you know what I mean? Like I would purposely not purposely, but I mean I would just be busy and stuff,
right?
But I mean we still had the desire to like totally hang, but I didn't want it to burn out, so like I kind of like sparsed it out as much as I possibly could.
Larry, don't call him.
I know, exactly.
Don't drive by his house.
And it worked. God. It was awesome because we got into our thing, and like I said before, famously, we didn't have an argument for like 2 years, or almost, it was just over a year.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, we never argue, and I was like, what if we do? What's gonna happen? So but like, if you're dating somebody and they don't do their own thing, and it just messes up because they make you feel weird about you doing your own thing.
Right. But, and then if what are you going to do? Go and contact my friends?
Oh, you mean if there's a breakup?
Yeah, like if we break up and say he left his life and he's now become one of my friends, are you reaching out to my friends? Or are you going to try to like?
Well, now now they're your friends. So you know what I mean?
But if they were my friends to begin with,
I know.
Like when Mr. Big and I broke up, I was cool with and I'm still cool with all his friends. I love all. I know,
and
friends.
most people know which way to go in the divorce.
I think in the early stages of learning who you are and how you want to manage a relationship, I think you make those critical mistakes of being like
not having your own crew,
right?
And so here's the thing: I think that if you're with, you're with your spouse and you're friends with them, they're friends, and now it's all a bunch of, it's all intermingled. If you guys split up, then it naturally happens. Usually, like the closer people to him go with him,
yeah.
And some people maybe that you really bonded with are your friends now,
right?
But they're probably going to call you less,
right? That's exactly it, right.
So you kind of like now you've like what Kathie said, you left yourself hanging out there,
and now you have no friends,
right?
You got to call your old ones.
Crews.
You got to figure it out. Plus, I love the fact that that JJ, my current husband,
she's all, I always think in the future as well, because I know eventually I will have a biracial kid like Kim Kardashian, her beautiful children. As opposed to the white aliens from Courtney.
Right. So he has his own thing, and like he has his boys that he'll golf, or he
almost has too much of his own thing.
He
goes out of town with men. He like has friends that are like very rubby.
Yeah.
Like his accountant. Yeah. Or some guy, like refi guy.
Steve, right.
Yeah, he's very like,
he's just a really loving guy.
Yeah, so let's love together
he's very
in a hotel.
Spiritual, Mike. And
I'm
so
all
when
open
he sees
to your...
he would hug you and be like, good to see you.
I think
and it's genuine. He's that guy.
Weinstein.
No, he's not a Weinstein.
I think that when you get into a relationship, you have your mindset on traditional. It's going to be you and me, and we're going to be just us, no cheating, blah, blah, blah. But then you see other relationships when you get out there and you're like, what do they do? you're all, oh, that's crazy what they do.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like,
You
that
mean
couple's open, and they, like, do these things.
You mean whatever they do to keep it going.
Right. So, in other words, there's lots of different relationships. They're not all traditional. So, yeah, I think that yours floating into non-traditional with Mr. Efficient's friend.
Okay, again, he doesn't
act on it. I don't know. That guy gives a really good back rub.
Yeah, he does.
He's awesome. Like, I want to go get my a refi for somebody, just like dude, to the left.
Do the back rub while I sign all these papers.
He's actually attractive, too, that guy.
Steve?
Yeah.
He's a professional bowler.
I hope he's listening. Let's do some taxes or something.
Okay, so we got to come back. You know what? We could talk about.
Well, we were kind of skirting around the issue. How deep do you want to go into your current situation?
I mean,
Bolte.
I'm still heartbroken. It's too soon.
It's too soon. Hashtag too soon.
Too soon.
Okay, so yeah, Mike just had a breakup, and now the friends are being divided. Kathie's going with the girl. I'm going with Mike, and so we're all divided here. It's very awkward. But you'll hear more about that
For
next.
sure, right? Oh, you're gonna make him put it out there?
If you don't want to.
No, you don't.
I can talk about it. I'm not going to say anything bad. Like,
No.
It's just, it is what it is, you know?
Right. Oh, that sounded so adorable.
That's what I love about you, Bolte, is that you handle the hits really calm.
And that might not be the best thing. Maybe I don't communicate
it
enough because of how chill I am. It could hurt my relationships as well.
Here's what we should talk about next is what the deal was between you and I.
What?
What was the deal?
What happened?
Said if you have another failed girl relationship, you have to try a guy.
You did
now he's all
not.
nervous.
I did not shake anything.
He's totally nervous. I didn't
hope
shake
you didn't
anything.
shake anything.
I didn't sign a paper.
I'm already looking. I'm already thinking of guys. Oh, what about that guy? Oh, what about that guy?
You know what? Just tell Larry you did and you didn't like it.
If you'd like to date Mike Bolte, call now 303-728-3420. Be a man.
He's got pretty blue eyes.
Better music,
Less commercials.
more Larry and Kathie.
All right. Well, everybody, when you wake up, you probably a little bit, think about your health a little bit. And then I think
because your bones are creaking as you're getting up.
I'm just saying, you're like, am I alive? I made it through another day.
Yay,
Here I am.
here again.
Right.
To wake up and pay bills.
But, sometimes you have to worry about the health of the man who runs the whole world.
Oh, yeah, we're all concerned, especially because he's old.
And a lot of people are saying he's mentally unfit, even though he's not mentally unfit. He's underqualified.
And how long can you go eating McDonald's hamburgers and Diet Coke and Vienna
KFC.
fingers all day?
Well, and that's exactly what happened because the doctor that gave him the good bill of health was saying, like, yeah, he's great. He does fine. He's super healthy.
Well, yeah, we got to play that back
Right.
so you can hear that.
There are many good things that came from his exam. I think he had great findings across the board, but the one that stands out more than anything to me is his cardiac health. He is in the excellent range from a cardiac standpoint, and that's not me speaking. That's objective data. He doesn't have really a family history of premature cardiac disease. He doesn't smoke. He doesn't have diabetes. A lot of the traditional risk factors he doesn't have. His coronary calcium score is very reassuring. He has a lot of energy.
Okay, so here's the thing with the heart stuff. He's on a medication for heart medication, for like blockage and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's on that medication. So this guy is obviously like, I'm going to give him the good talk up.
No, definitely. He was
saying like there's
on
no
his
issue.
side,
Right,
good
there's no
doctor.
issue. Super healthy.
Right.
But the fact that he's on that medicine means that there's some
Something's
issues
going on,
Right,
yeah.
right, for sure. And then we'll keep playing it because then some reporter brings something up.
A lot of energy and a lot of stamina. Look at his vision. I mean, he's 71 years old, and his bilateral uncorrected vision is 20/30. I mean, he can drive if he wants to without glasses. I mean, he washes his hands frequently. He uses Purell, and as many hands as he shakes in a day, he'd be a fool not to. It's called genetics. I don't know. It's some people have just great genes.
Oh, that's it. That's the response to the reporter who said, "How are you trying to tell us that a man that's overweight, that doesn't exercise and eats fast food, how are you trying to tell us that's healthy?"
That's right, because that goes against everything we're told.
Right, and so this was his response.
It's some people have just great genes. He doesn't have a dedicated, defined exercise program. The good part is that we can build on that pretty easily.
Which contradicts everything of a healthy person.
Right, like going up one step would be building on that. You know what I mean?
How do you not have any exercise but you're completely healthy?
Well, you know what?
Right.
They started parking the helicopter a little farther out.
Right, he's all son of a. They need to do things like that.
Right, exactly.
For sure.
Like, you know how they say park your car in the back of the parking
Mr.
lot?
President,
Right, Mr. President.
Sorry, it's on the other side of the building. We were wrong. You have to go the other side.
You got to go over there.
And then the
I'm so
helicopter
sorry.
moves to the other side.
Huge building.
Right. Well, and here's the thing. It's like for the history of all the time that you've been alive, I've seen every president running.
Yeah.
Clinton had run, and people ran beside him.
No, totally.
And then
Obama
Bush
played
ran.
basketball. Well, Obama played basketball.
Obama ran, and you've always seen footage of the president running with the Secret Service.
Yes. Like
Not
Clinton
this
lost,
guy.
Not this guy. Like Clinton lost weight when he got in office, right?
Because he's like, I'm getting laid.
So that the president's health is excellent because his overall health is excellent. He has incredible genes. I just assume. I think he will remain fit for duty for the remainder of this term and even for the remainder of another term if he's elected.
You know, so the guy didn't feel weird about it. He's all, Mr. President, is there any way I can actually look at your denim collection so I can say you have good genes?
There's got to be one good pair of dad jeans in here.
He's got good genes. That's all I can tell you.
Everyone.
I
Very
checked
expensive.
several
good
pairs.
I'm sorry. It all sounded scripted, it came from Trump because it was all, he has incredible genes.
He's the
Tell him I have
best.
incredible.
Nobody's
my health
ever
is
been
excellent.
healthier.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
so in
for
other
sure.
words, he's like shaking the guy's hand, like, you're going to say what we want you to say, right?
Yes, I am, and my girls are going to college, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It was something like that, but because it doesn't take. Even an idiot would go, "Well, you can't be that old and having that kind of diet; it'll kill you." You know,
Right. No, for sure.
So it was just but whatever.
And
Happy
you know what?
he's healthy at the moment. You know,
Here's what's really funny. Normally, you have a spouse who cares enough about you to go, nope, you're eating this, and you're
Right.
sticking to your program,
Totally.
and you're doing this. Melania's all, I picked up KFC and A&W. You want you? I got you those donuts you like.
Root be afloat.
Right.
Totally.
She's in the White House kitchen. No, more fat, more butter. He likes thickness.
Well, it's funny that you bring that up because KFC has introduced gravy cocktails.
Yeah, I saw that.
What?
An old
Three new
bartender
gravy
once
cocktails.
told me a good drink needs good liquor. Well, I told him that a great drink needs gravy.
Is this real?
Yeah.
Is it a cocktail?
Gravy cocktails. Gravy so good you can drink it.
KFC just started advertising recipes for mixed drinks using the gravy, the same exact stuff they give you in a cup to put on your chicken.
That
There's a
sounds
Bloody Mary
terrible.
with gravy in it, a bourbon drink with gravy in it, and one called Finger Lickin' Sour.
Okay, see the first one, the Bloody Mary, makes sense because that's a savory drink.
Okay.
But like I don't know, I've never had the. What was the second one?
Finger Lickin' Sour and a bourbon drink with gravy.
I'd be willing to try the bourbon and gravy. I'm shocked I haven't already come up with this.
Or made it yourself, right?
Well, here's the thing: if I cut myself, I do bleed gravy.
Totally.
From this vein.
Yeah.
This vein, I bleed Heinz ketchup.
Yeah.
And then my main artery is frosting.
Well, it's just funny because the clip of Trump is right next to the KFC introduces gravy drink, so it's kind
They
of
know
like,
where to put it because they're like, hey, his followers, they have to be thrilled that he eats there. Like, you know what I mean? Like McDonald's is like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
They get a free mention every
Oh, no,
time.
absolutely.
If the president eats it,
It's
good
good.
enough for him.
Yep.
It's good enough for our family.
No, absolutely.
Right.
man.
Yeah, but they say that like technically his height and weight proportion is off. He's definitely supposed to be like, they want him to lose like 25 pounds.
Right. I thought it was like 11.
No, he wants to lose 11.
Oh.
They want to push it. So they're
Okay.
like, and he wants to do little exercise. They're like, because they went on a little more about like, we want to get him in a routine and, walk every day and stuff like that. And he's like, ooh, he's going to hate it.
Well, and they said 232 pounds or 237, something in the 230s is what he ranged. And then
Since that guy was already in with him, he's like, take 10 pounds off.
Here's something funny. When I was this morning, I was driving in listening to a national news station, and they were like, "Oh my god!"
There's a picture of him. I'm sorry, I had to throw a picture
When
of
he's
Trump.
golfing.
Yeah.
Picture of him golfing,
And it's a recent picture.
That looks like Humpty or Dumpty,
Right. That looks like the guy that.
Tweedledee or Tweedledum. That's what that looks like.
Right. New Jersey governor. He looks like that guy.
No.
The same.
Chris Christie.
Kind of has the same body.
He totally
And
has a wedgie when he's golfing.
What billionaire wears tidy whities?
Him.
I know.
He wears tidy whities.
That's so weird.
I would expect him to wear nothing else but
See, I
tidy
thought
whities.
like once you pass a certain price, like where you're rich, like somebody like tells you, sir, there's better underwear.
No. Okay. I don't even remember what I was going to say. I hate you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no,
I'm
it's
sorry.
okay.
It was.
I don't remember.
Here's what you were saying. Trump is fat.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for saying that. Okay. That's what it was. So this morning on the news, they were saying, I guess Trump also listed his height as like 6'2" or something.
Right.
So they're finding all these pictures of him standing next to Obama, who was 6'1".
Oh,
and Obama's taller
way
than Trump.
taller.
And so it's like you're
So he's fudging everything. It's like a lady when they lie. It's like, I don't dye my hair.
Here's the thing. I weigh 230.
no way.
No way.
No, I weigh
So
230.
he must weigh what, like 270?
So he's got to be 270.
He's over
300.
No
250.
way you weigh 230.
Yeah.
Where are you hiding it?
He's all
It's all in the
his junk.
trunk. Yeah.
It's in his
Okay.
junk.
Junk's
You
in the
wish.
trunk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'll pull it out right now.
He's
No.
got big taters and veg. And meat.
Yeah.
Okay, so wait a minute. So yeah, he's definitely fatter than that, and he's fibbing and whatever.
Yeah.
But you know, I think he looks.
Who
great.
doesn't lie about their weight, though? Let's be honest.
Well, who
I
does-
mean,
no,
we all
you don't have to lie
our
about
weight.
what you don't know. Just don't weigh yourself.
Right. That's how you avoid
Denial.
that. Right. It works for me.
And truth be told, we're not health nuts. We're just observing what they're doing with the president. And they also said he's on hair pill.
Heroin?
Propecia. He's on Propecia to keep that thick, luxurious hair that he has.
Oh, my God.
So, and you know, the people at Propecia were like, please don't say you're on our drug.
Right.
Yeah.
Please don't. Right. Exactly. Yeah. So
yeah.
that's him. But wait, this is Wiggins. When you were talking about the KFC and the cocktails,
And the gravy.
you really needed to give the recipes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. You ready? So Wiggins said there was a Bloody Mary one
Okay.
called the Gravy Mary, vodka,
Okay.
an ounce of gravy,
Look, okay, so like just a little shot of gravy.
tomato juice, Tabasco, Worcester sauce.
See, that to
Right.
me makes sense.
Okay.
Okay, especially those people that like have a little hamburger on their Bloody Mary, and
can
then there's
see
a
that.
chicken wing,
Right.
and there's a nacho.
Well, they say
People get
garnish
crazy with
garnish it with the popcorn chicken.
Oh, okay, there
is
you
what
go.
they're saying. Right. Okay.
No, I'm not going to garnish it with the popcorn chicken. I'm going to Chick-fil-A to get their nuggets.
Oh yeah, there's nothing better than Chick-fil-A nuggets. Lord.
We finally found something the girls will eat.
Yeah, right. I know they will chow down on those chicken
Oh
nuggets.
my God, it's awesome.
Okay, so the Southern Twist, the one with bourbon that I was saying I
Okay.
could probably do because I love bourbon.
What's in it?
Okay, so it's bourbon, 2 full ounces of gravy,
Ugh.
black pepper, and brown sugar.
God, I don't even know what that would taste like. That sounds terrible.
And then here you go, the weirdest one of all. This is why I wanted Wiggins to give the whatever.
Recipe.
Yeah, finger licking sour. You ready? Mezcal, which is that smoky
Okay.
kind of alcohol.
I don't like that.
Mezcal, over 3 ounces of gravy, cherry liqueur, lemon juice, orange marmalade, and an egg white.
Oh my God. And a clump of mashed potatoes.
Disgusting.
Yeah, that sounds terrible. Now they're just going crazy.
Right.
That almost made me a little bit sick.
Getting a little heartburn just
Yeah.
thinking about it.
Ew, that sounds
it's backing
terrible.
up on me. Cherry,
No, thank
yeah,
you.
cherry
No, thank
liqueur,
you.
lemon juice, no thank
No, thank you.
If Donald Trump drank, he would be drinking that every single day.
Right, and they're saying he doesn't smoke or drink, so they're like, he's got that going for
Look
him.
at that,
Right, but he's still on heart medication, so that tells you something.
Well, I'm like, look at the people who, if you don't drink or smoke, look how you turn out. So you might as well just have a drink and puff one up, man. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, he's not the best example.
Right, exactly. It's because of the diet, KFC and McDonald's.
Right.
And it's
well,
like,
that's, you know what? How many people that, I mean,
Oh,
that
no,
is
no.
most Americans.
I know,
like,
and that's what they're forced to do because that's what they can afford. When you're the president,
right. You
can
should have a chef.
that can make you
Yes.
something
That
like it,
tastes
but better.
awesome.
Yeah,
They said he
weirdo.
does like the food there. I think McDonald's is only when he's out and about.
Well, and then it doesn't help that when he goes to Mar-a-Lago, every employee there is from a ish whole country.
Right.
And so now he really doesn't want to eat there because they're all looking at him weird.
Totally. So that's why you can
Right.
only trust McDonald's.
Exactly.
Because they don't know you're coming and it's the same food.
Oh my God.
Blazin' Hit Radio.
I love that morning show.
Now with more us.
They wake me up.
Better music, less commercials, more Larry and Kathie.
In the morning, in the shower.
Sponsored by Propecia, the people who bring you the president's hair.
It's excellent.
I have the best comb over ever.
Yeah, no lie. What is it? Especially after that challenge with the bucket challenge.
Oh, right,
the
and
ice
that it
bucket
stayed up?
challenge, and it
It stayed on.
Wow, that's amazing.
Ivanka talked about it and how it was made and the amount of hairspray or product used.
Right, she teased him because he dyes it blonde. That's kind of funny.
He does? Oh,
he
yeah.
uses
it's
just for
definitely
men.
red.
But the thing
gray.
is that like with the help of Melania? Is there somebody that comes in that's allowed to see what that hair looks like wet?
Yes. Somebody gets paid a lot of money for their silence. And
Right.
they've seen it
And then they're
wet.
like, sir, please close your eyes for the spray tan. And he puts the goggles on. That's why he has the white, you know?
Uh-huh. Oh, no, definitely.
Right. And then, oh, wait, you're done, Mr. President. You look great.
Fabulous.
We put
Go
out some
get him, sir.
put out some new tidy whities, sir.
He does wear. I saw a picture of him golfing, and you could see his panty line in the golf pants. So he definitely wears.
Yeah, those are big panties, big girl panties.
Yeah, those are big girls. Those are panties, crampy panties.
You know what? My cousin Tina is famous for grabbing a pair of those and wrapping them up as a gift.
Who?
My cousin Tina.
Oh.
So you'll be at your party opening all your presents, and then there's like a box, and you open them, and there's like giant underwear, like men and women. It's hilarious.
You guys are the worst gift givers.
I know, like for real. Like
Oh,
you
my
guys
God.
have nailed it. You and Cousin Tina.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
so
Okay.
we're gonna read some text. Was there?
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry I was late. Beauty's leg is
Oh.
whatever's wrong. Well, I don't know what happened to Yoshi. I know his leg was bad, but it's like you really do get to a point where they can't stand, so you have to carry them down the steps, carry them outside.
Trust me, dude. You're preaching to the converted.
Yeah.
You can put a towel underneath her.
Right, that's what you do is you-
Hoist her.
you
And so
use a
you
towel.
walk next to her and hold her up like a
And
harness.
but hey, I got all the stuff. I went and bought like a harness,
Yeah,
a thing.
right.
But the towel is the easiest, and so you kind of don't lift her too high because then she's all, hey.
Yeah.
But is it something that you think that she tore her? Anything?
Her and Baxter play rough, and so she just slides on the wood floor. So I think she just like stretched it out,
Sprained it
too
or
long
whatever?
something. I don't know.
Is it one leg that can she not put any
It's
weight
her
on
back
it?
leg. She puts weight on it because she acts like she doesn't know, or she does know what's going on. So she just
Yeah,
tries
just
to
watch
walk
for
on
it because if she starts limping on it, it could be what Yosh had.
I'd say the
And
cheap
that's
option
brutal.
right now is some sort of CBD or the oil,
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
you can give to dogs that's safe for them.
Yeah,
the
for sure.
cannabis.
I think Phil has that in mixed
Mixed up creation.
Yeah.
It mixed up
They have
crazy.
dog treats with it in.
Yeah, so I think that's your first safe bet because maybe she just sprained something and she needs, like, let's hope for nothing's torn, and let's hope for just she needs to be off of
Yeah.
it and relax for a few.
That's exactly it. And I think my friend Karen, her dog is on it. She puts the oil like on his food.
Oh, yeah,
So
that's
there's
right.
two kinds.
Oh, okay.
So you can
I'll go
check
in
it
there.
out.
But anyway, so I missed the first half of it. So you got to refresh me and remind me
Okay.
of what happened.
Well, we just came in and we were just talking upstairs about relationships and how when you're both come together, sometimes you guys are like, oh, now we're inseparable and it's just you and I,
Right.
But somehow he like keeps his friends, and you don't.
Or you go with him and now all your friends
You
are
abandoned
his
your friends, right? Or you kind of like kicked your friends to the curb.
And then when you break up, you don't have any friends because you let them all go and kicked them to the curb.
Right, or when the relationship levels out, and it's like now he's going to do his thing with his friends, and there you are at home having to call and reach out to your old friends, seeing if they're still cool with you.
Right, exactly. And
Right.
one of the things that you find sexy about that person when you first meet them is that they have their own life.
Right.
And so you don't want that sexiness to wear off. So why would you get rid of the things that he found sexy about you, which was your independence and the fact that you went out and had a good support group of friends?
You know what it takes is being confident in your relationship and
True.
being really into who you're with and being
Right.
square with each other. So in other words, like I could see somebody in a situation where they're not that trusting of their man because maybe he hasn't done anything to earn any trust.
Absolutely.
So it's a little different in that sense. But I think even in that regard, you still have to eventually trust him and still have your crew, and he still has his crew.
And it's important for you to have your crew. You need to be able to go and just hang and be you without your spouse around. or
Summer
your-
loving had me a blast.
But you need to go with just your girls or whoever it is that's your circle and laugh and be you.
No, for sure. And
Yeah.
then so we just got on that topic.
Yeah, so that's all of it.
Okay.
So that might be what the text are.
Okay, so this one says on the text line, excuse me. Everyone. Well, it does look long. It does. It's a long
Me,
list.
me.
Unique New York. Okay.
New York.
My girlfriend and I stay friends with just about everybody her sister used to date, especially this last guy she was with. He and I got along really well, and so we keep in touch and go to the bar every now and then. It was really sad when they broke up because he gave her everything. He cooked, cleaned, watched her baby while she slept all day, made all the money, and even let her use his BMW. Is he single?
Yeah, she's all, that's why I'm screwing him now.
Yeah.
That's why I hit that crazy.
Yeah, you can be friends with him. It's fine.
And all she had to offer was sex. I hate bitches like that.
She must have had a really good body.
Yeah.
He's all, I did the laundry and you could take my car.
Right. And it's a BMW. Did I add that?
Right.
And I'll watch your baby from another guy all day.
All because she puts on the schoolgirl uniform and puts her hair in pigtails.
No, but for sure. But that if she's like a bitch like that,
Yeah,
like,
that's not cool.
then she goes through guys and disrespects
Well, it sounds
them
like
crazy.
that guy would have dated him.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's a bromance.
Yeah.
Oh, so no, I thought it was a girl.
No,
that
that's
was
what I
pregnant.
had to reread it too because I thought it was the guy of the girlfriend's sister. His girlfriend's sister was the one who dated that guy.
My comment still stands. That's why I'm dating him now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one, scroll down for me, Wig, if you would. Okay. This one says, Producer Bolte, I don't really know your situation, but sometimes you're better off.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, okay. That was sweet.
He said nothing. He said,
I know, but
he's
it's like a hashtag too soon.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to disparage anybody, and he's like kind of in the part of it where he's like not thrilled that they're broken up. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like a bummer, but
it's cool to have that situation. The last breakup I had before I met Kayla, I was like, I remember being like, you gotta get out, leave me alone, it's over, you know. And then she it was a Sunday, and I remember she left, and I was like, sat down on my chair, and football was playing. I just go,
it was like you all off your weight, off your shoulders.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh
and
my God.
I just get to do whatever I want today. I'm going to watch football with my hand down my pants.
Oh, that's exactly what he did.
Yeah,
Right as the
that's
door
why I said
shut,
it.
he went.
Yep. Well, then, like 2 minutes later, the door knocked, and I was all, no! I was like, you gotta go!
Oh, she came back. Did you change your mind?
She was a little cuckoo.
Right. No, for sure.
Yeah.
How long before you...
Was it the girl before Kayla?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is the girl.
Oh, no, I know.
Yeah.
The one that you had to pretend your lease was up and you
Yeah,
were
I was like,
moving
time
out.
to get out. And I didn't even let her move in. Kate, to this day, thinks that I let her move in. I was like, no, she moved in. I was like,
here's how she got her foot in the door. She's like, I made you French toast with chocolate on it, and then I made you some parfaits and
Remember,
some
she was
bread.
a cook.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Wiggins put on the freshman 15 when he started dating her.
No, for sure. But I do remember that. She moved in. Like, all of a sudden, she was like, just there. She was the girl doing what we say you don't do.
Yeah.
Like, she just gave up her life and became, I'm here for you. I'm going to come and sleep in your house. I'm going to wash your bedding, which needed to be washed.
Well, initially we were
Do your
like,
laundry.
He's our son, kind of.
Yeah.
And so we were like, well, she seems cool. She's in law enforcement. We like cops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
She
Like,
wasn't in law enforcement.
Or her family
She was
is.
not, no.
Wasn't her
No.
family
That
was?
was Kayla's family's law enforcement.
Oh, no,
It had
no.
nothing to do
She
with law
was like,
enforcement.
well, then why does she have a gun?
I don't know. That's why I was scared to break up with her.
That's
weird.
why he pretended the lease was up.
That's why. Okay, so I thought she was like a lawful person.
Are you kidding me? I had my friend go with me to go grab the last of the stuff with her. I was like, dial 911, and if you hear anything, press send. I was like, it wasn't like a good.
And there she's laying over your dead body. Hi, made you French toast chocolate, and you're like gurgling blood.
Not only did she do that, she would make him food to bring to work.
Oh no, we saw him. We're like,
had-
he's showing up with Tupperware and meals, and he's heating up his whatever.
Right, it was
We're
cool
like-
for a second.
And then I was thinking, I'm so scared, you guys.
I know, so I'm really scared. We're all,
she's going to kill me if I break it.
he was stress eating, and she was feeding.
You're lucky she didn't put anything in that food.
Yeah, so Bolte, you're lucky. It was a good breakup.
Hey, but just know this: around the corner was Kayla, so you never know.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, you never know because one sets up the next, and you kind of look for what to watch for, like
You
the
learn.
psycho signs.
For sure.
You learn what you don't want to deal with anymore.
You're like, oh, another concealed weapons girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, not going there.
I was like, Kayla, you don't like guns? I was all, this is going to be perfect.
Yay.
We're going to go so far in this relationship.
Sit down. You're player two.
Yeah.
She is the best.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, no, I love her.
You
Yeah.
chose wisely for sure.
Yeah. Oh, no, she's going to be a great mom. I see her with Baxter. Although I see her with Baxter, and Baxter, we got together, and I'm
Your
like...
dog.
Yeah, and I... who we named after Anchorman.
Because he looks like that.
Looks like him.
Yes.
But I was like, this is going to be a good cop, bad cop thing. Because there's times where Baxter is the size of Anchorman dog. He's not that big. And he will we have a king bed, he'll get the entire, like, quarter of a bed and go sideways. And I'll say, you got to move him. I was like, because of him, she's angled at a sideways and I'm falling off the bed. I was like, well, you got to move him. She's like, no, he's comfortable. I was like,
oh my God, that's me and
that
Chris.
was Larry.
That was Chris
Larry.
and I. And you know what's funny is it ruined my sleep for years because I was like, I put them on the bed, and when they're puppies, there's just no way how do you resist a puppy that's
on the
like,
bed.
I want to come up.
Totally.
Right, and then they cuddle with you or whatever. And so, that sets the standard, but it's like, yeah, I had years of this same argument, and then Chris, like, he treats him more like a dog, so he'll, like, flail his legs. So Yoshi's, like, sometimes even not only comes to my side, will get off the bed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, you made him get off the bed.
Yeah.
So I was always sticking up for him, and I lost a ton of sleep because of him.
Right.
And ever since he got his leg injured, he hasn't been back on the bed, and I've never been happier.
It's the same thing.
Or slept better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, it's like amazing. And you can like sit on the bed and not get any dog hair on you. It's brilliant. And he seems happier on his bed on the floor.
It's the same thing with kids. Like, that's the hardest thing is them keeping them out of your bed.
How can you, if you can't keep a puppy out, how are you going to keep a baby out? They're cuter than a puppy.
Even this morning at 3:45, like, she, all of a
What
sudden.
does Avery just slide in there?
No, it's Gianna now.
Because Avery used to do it.
Well, Avery still sometimes, but it's hard because there's nothing better than a Saturday or Sunday morning when they come in the bed and everybody giggles and you jump around and wrestle. That's the best. So I send mixed messages, but so like this morning, 3:45, the alarm goes off at 4:15. So I have a half hour left, right? And so it's like, well, here's a little baby who's her head is barely peeking over the top of my mattress. I can either reach over with one arm, grab her up and cuddle with her.
Right.
Or
pretend like she doesn't exist.
No. Or the right thing that you're supposed to do, and this is what all the sleep experts say, and when I do this, it works. You're supposed to get out of bed, not say a word, walk them back to their room, leave them in their bed. You don't say, hi, are you sick? You don't do any of that. You don't even talk to them. You just walk them back and put them back in their bed. But it's like, do you really want to get up out of the bed?
Because you're in that
warm.
sleep, kind of half sleep moment,
and so
you only have 40 minutes left.
Yes, and so I grabbed her and put her in the bed with me. But then it's not good sleep because
I know,
is she
for
kicking
sure.
you and moving and stuff,
she
or she
moves
just?
Oh my God, Avery slept in our bed once, and she was like slept sideways.
Yeah,
and like just like a dog, took up all the space. And then I was like, okay, I'm cool with sleeping on the couch. So I went and slept on the couch, and then poor thing got up, and she's like, her diaper weighed like 10 pounds. She's like, I peed. And I was like, oh my God.
I
was
told
like,
you
we're
not
cool.
to give her water an hour before bed.
I didn't. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, you're in for it, bro.
Yeah.
On
Especially
every
if
level.
Kayla-
Well, you got to get the dog off the bed because soon you're going to have a baby on the bed.
Well, my point is she's just going to be the good cop, bad cop because I'm the guy who's like, Baxter, get out of here.
And Kayla's going to be like, get in the bed.
Yeah.
Let's cuddle.
But that's what you need. You need that balance. Does Mr. Fish just stay asleep when Gianna comes in there? Or does he
eventually little feet are kicking him, so it's not cool that I allowed her in the bed.
I think if you made the fast rule to be like Saturdays and Sundays could
I
be
do.
that. And then Rick,
They don't understand days.
They don't know days or time or any of that.
You have 2 more sleeps until you can do that.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I like that.
I don't know.
Well, 303-728-3420.
Who's in your bed?
Who's in your
wrecking
bed?
your sleep?
Yeah, hopefully it's not a psycho.
Did you lose friends in a relationship breakup?
Oh, yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's all good.
We got a call right here, so let's grab that and then we'll be right back.
Blazin' Hit Radio.
Good morning, you guys.
Now with more us.
You rock.
Better music, less commercials, more Larry and Kathie.
I just love you both.
303-728-3420. You can call us anything you need at all. Just hit us up on the Yellow Rum line. Hello, who's this?
My name's Ben.
What's up, Ben?
Hi, Ben.
Okay, cool, man. I gotta ask you this question, man. Can you just tell me where I could go to get some help with rental assistance?
With what kind of assistance?
Rental
assistance?
Yeah, man. I was helping out my nephew, and he stole my rent money, man, and I don't know what to do.
Oh.
Oh, so you're
someone stole his rent money.
That sucks. When's your rent due?
Nephew.
He was helping.
It was due last fucking week, man. No. Somebody told me they were going to help me, man, but I can't help. I can't help somebody sell meth, dude, to make my rent money, man.
You know, I hear you. There are some.
I mean, you guys can send me to somebody, or you guys would have a number that somebody could help me.
Well, you know what? The thing is, dude, I think that there are services that like help place people in spots and stuff like this. I don't know if there's a service that like helps you come up with rent money.
Yeah, I don't
per
know.
Se. What's your rent?
$11.75 I owe.
The thing is, I would say because of this call and stuff, if you were capable of starting a GoFundMe, we could help promote that on our social networks. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
I don't have to do any of that kind of stuff, man.
Oh yeah, see that to me would be the best way because we would talk about it on the air. We could put it on our social network.
Look up needhelppayingbills.com and it says rent assistance in Denver. I just Googled it. I don't know if it's exactly what you need.
Is there a number?
St. Paul Ministry emergency. Yeah, there's not really a number on here, but let me keep looking, man. See what I can do.
I'm on there too.
Yeah, here's the number: 303 561 2130.
All right, man. Thank you.
Yeah, man. I don't. And then again, if that number doesn't help, just keep Googling. And all I did was just put in Denver rental assistance, Denver rental help. I mean, who knows in this exact situation what they can or can't do? But I mean, even maybe you could talk to is it an apartment or is it a landlord?
It's a condo, dude. He won't listen, dude. Oh man, you don't even know, dude. I got kids, man. Oh my god, dude.
Oh no, dude. Here's the thing. I think that I know it sounds like some work, but you're gonna have to find one of your friends who's capable of starting that GoFundMe because here's why. You need somebody that's technically literate that knows how to start that up. So the money goes to you, and you're gonna set your goal at exactly what you need, maybe like $1,200, $1,300. And then we're going to help you promote that on our networks. Like Kathie and I, and between the show and our page, we have like over 200,000 Facebook friends and follows. We have, Kathie and I each have 20,000 on Instagram. So we can help you, but you're going to need to help us help you. So you need to find one of your friends that can help set your GoFundMe up. It's super easy. They just need a computer. And then we're going to get your number. And then in the meantime, if I hear something like from somebody, we know people that do stuff at nightclubs or this, that, the other. If there's some way we can find you a quick job to work.
It's going to be hard for him to do a GoFundMe. So here's what I'm going to do, man. Yes, I'm going to start a GoFundMe for you for my personal Facebook page, and then we'll share it on there. I know Larry's got his heart in the right spot, but I don't want to get your hopes up 100%. I want to say, yes, this is going to work. We'll share it on all our networks, but I will start a GoFundMe for you, and we'll see what we can do to help you out. You said 1,100 is the goal, right?
1,200. It was 11.
Yeah, like I owe 11.75, dude.
11.75, man. Okay, so as long as you're cool with us playing this call, we're going to play this back. We're going to set up the GoFundMe. We'll put it on our channels, and we'll see what we can do for you. But again, that number that we gave you earlier, see if you can call them as well and see what they can do for you. But I mean, dude, it's not a cool situation for you to be in, especially when you're trying to help out your nephew and do what was right.
And you got kids; they don't need to suffer.
Yeah, man. I mean, it sucks so bad, dude. My wife's gonna find out, man. My wife's gonna leave me. I mean, you guys don't even know.
Well, then, you know what? Just let's try this, and, at least it's worth a shot. And I feel that, how many kids do you have?
3.
3? And how old are they?
Man, I don't want to give you the age, because then if you play it, dude, my wife might know.
Oh, no, for sure. That's cool. I was just wanting people to get familiar with your situation, so they felt compelled to give.
To help.
Right. And so, but you don't have to give up too many details. But the thing is, it's like,
Hello?
Yeah, are you there? Hello?
Hello?
Yo.
Hello?
Are you there?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us? The phone company cut off his phone.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh.
Payment overdue.
But you know what? This is when you need your spouse the most. Like,
I know, but we don't know his track record.
True.
She could have been like, if you make us miss the rent one more time,
or I told you not to trust him.
Not to trust him, and that's why I wanted. Hopefully, he'll call us back, because that was my question. Is maybe someone said don't trust him. I wonder if they stole it for drugs, or I mean, who knows? But I mean, when you break down like that, it's a sad.
No.
He was scared,
and a lot of us, are not in the most ideal situation. So it's like you never know when you're going to fall in hard times.
Yeah.
You could be going great or whatever, but yeah, we gotta look out for each other. And I appreciate Wig stepping up and doing that GoFundMe, because
cool. Thank you,
that is beyond my technical
Well, yeah,
means.
let's just see.
But I mean, I'll help promote the hell out of it.
Well, yeah, we just got to give him to call us back now,
right.
And we'll figure it out. But so, Ben, if you're listening, give us a call right back.
Hit us right back,
if you're able to help out with this situation, that's great as well. So we're always here, Larry and Kathie, always want to help out. You guys made every day possible for these guys, for Larry and Kathie and myself. So we got to give you guys back. I mean, Christmas wishes one time of the year. To be able to do this is very small on our part.
For sure. We're offering our networks and our access to people, which he needs.
Yeah.
And then we're not doing this again. You get a one-off.
Yeah, you got to call us.
Sometimes people, like I always used to tell my friends and stuff, hey, if I have it, take it.
Right.
Because not everybody's doing good. So if I can help you out with this bill, or I can do this, then take it. Well, and then I would follow up with, I'm not always going to have it,
Right.
and I don't at the moment, or else I'd help him.
Well, no, and the thing is, you kind of like, you give with your heart, and then you just hope it comes back at you when you need it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
I smoked a marijuana cigarette at a party once. I could never figure out what the big deal was. Huh.
You're listening to Blazin' Hit Radio.
We got Ben back. He called us now. So and thank you for everyone who's been texting in and giving us the information about how you can help. But we got Ben right now, so let's grab him.
Hey man, are you there?
Yeah.
All right, so we're getting everything up and running on our end as far as the GoFundMe page. We're going to need to talk to you off the air to get some details.
No, we'll still play this. So people are familiar with the situation going on.
That's the thing, Ben, is we want people to understand your situation so they feel like if they have, they can help.
Right, because if you get $10 from everybody that's listening, or $20,
it could help.
Right.
Right, because here's the thing: we don't want you going through this kind of pain. We've all been here. Some of us are here right now, but we really don't want you or your kids displaced. That's just horrible.
Right. But keep in mind, this is going to help you for 1 month, so you got to be on point. And I'm assuming
I've always been on point, man. It's just I let him and his girlfriend come and stay with me, man, and they stole from me, and I didn't realize it till it was too late. And now that it's like I'm trying to get it, his butt's in jail.
Right, and so does your wife think the rent is already paid?
Yeah, she thinks I kept care of everything, man, but I can't keep hiding it from her, man.
Right. So this has to work because you don't look good in lingerie.
What does that mean?
I meant with the landlord, you could usually work something out if you're like somebody hot.
Yeah, no, you can't do that.
I'll do this for the rent.
So I have a question. Was your nephew a loser that has already screwed the rest of the family, and you decided to be that nice guy one more time? How did it come about that he was staying with you?
Yeah, basically he screwed everybody. I was like, okay, he ain't gonna screw me because I've been there for him his whole life. And
sometimes the ones that you've been there for the most screw you the most.
He took advantage of me too, I thought everything was on the up and up. I thought he was getting straight, and no.
That sucks.
Yeah, tricked.
And then you let his girlfriend move in with him, or was she just, there was no choice because she was always there?
She was always with him, so I didn't have a choice,
Right.
And then neither of them had jobs?
Well, they were supposed to be looking.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
When other people are working, you think other people are actually doing what they're telling you they're doing,
Right.
I put too much trust in people, and
no, dude.
It's
It's a lesson learned. And the thing is, like I said, sometimes the closer the people are to you, the more they can screw you over. And I don't know. I think we've all been in a situation where we really felt like we were helping somebody.
Totally.
And then got taken advantage of. So, it only takes a couple times before you kind of build up a thicker barrier and kind of just look out for your family more than them.
Right. And if my wife finds out, man, seriously, she'll leave me quicker than hell.
Okay, now this is what I wanted to ask you. Like, she's really not going to leave you. You guys have 3 kids. Like, this isn't. If you've been holding down the house for every other month and year, this isn't. I mean, she can't leave you after 1 month.
Or are you on a kind of a situation where you kind of like screwed up before? Sorry.
Yeah, dude, I've screwed up way before, and then letting him come around, she don't like it, but I always let him come around,
Right, so in other words, she was like, you shouldn't have him around.
This is the first time he screwed me this bad, I always think, he's going to change, because my father was the same way with one of my sisters that was a drug addict, she'd always come around, and, you always think the best for people, but
no, you do.
They never do. They never do. And you just think, because they're your family, that they'll always be there and they'll always help you. But
well, to Kathie's point, are you in a situation where you're like already on thin ice with the wife, and now it's like this could or is she going to be really understanding and go, we'll figure this out?
No. I've screwed up lots of times.
Okay, so
well, finally, for once, I'm trying to do, everything good. I'm trying to do everything straight.
How long is your good streak been?
He's all, what's today?
The last 3 months.
3 months?
3 months. 4 months, yeah, 4 months.
Okay, I would have liked it to be a little longer, but
you know what? Well, here's the thing, man.
It wasn't cheating or anything like that. It was just. Okay.
We're sorry.
Gotcha.
This call cannot be completed this time. Please check the number or try your call again.
I was talking to some other people, it wasn't cheating. I never cheated on her. I talked to some other people.
Okay. Well,
listen, nobody's perfect.
That's what I was going to say. Everybody deserves a second chance. And if you had realized this, that you were trying to make things good. And to me, that's what sucks is when you finally are motivated to make the changes.
And then something happens.
And the life that you have keeps bringing you back in.
Right.
And you can't escape it.
Well, you know what? Put your family first, put you first, and the kids and all that. And
have some faith, because we have some really good people out there, and some of them might actually be on the up financially, and maybe they'd be willing to help.
Right. So we're trying to keep a family together here, folks. So Wig is you're gonna let people know where the link is.
Yeah, I'm creating the GoFundMe for you right now, Ben. So I mean, again, I gotta to make sure to tell you that this isn't a guarantee.
At all.
But the listeners are fantastic, and we're going to do what we can. So I'm putting the imaging together, and I'm getting that going. So we'll see what we could do, and we'll throw that up for you. And we have the goal of $1,200 to cover your rent, and we'll see what we could do for you, bro.
Thank you. Thank you, Wiggins. Thank you, Kathie. Thank you, Larry.
Yeah, for sure. Here's the disclaimer. Anything over $1,200 goes directly to Larry, Kathie, and Wiggins. Please donate today to this GoFundMe page. Let's get it up to $25,000.
No,
and then he'll get only $1,200, and we'll get the rest.
No, if we do exceed $1,200, I think we're going to have to find
drugs and invest in a business.
We're going to find a charity, the right charity to donate to, and make sure that those funds go where they need to.
Or help him pay his cell phone bill.
Yeah.
I'm sure he has other.
Or next month's rent. Months go like that.
What are the ages of your kids? Between what and what?
I have 2 twins that are 10 and a daughter that is 9.
See, that's just, you know what, and you don't want to have to misplace that all their rooms, their stuff, their belongings, all because of some jerk in your family. And I have a drug addict in my family, and I understand the fact that you love them and you want to help them, and you see them on good days when they might actually be going through withdrawal because they're waiting for their prescription pills to kick in again.
Right.
Or, or more money so they can go get that high. And then
right.
And so you see that good person that you remember as your family member, and then all of a sudden they do the drugs, and everything is off limits. They have no loyalty. They will screw you. They will steal.
It's crazy, and they will.
Right. Then they don't even remember it, and they are mean to you. Like I know the cycle and the pain of being a family member of someone that you love that's an addict.
Right, because they've already screwed like 10 other people over.
Yes.
You're just the next one on the list,
and you might be the last one on the list, which is even more guilt.
Right. Well, we're behind you, man. We got your back, and we're going to try to raise a couple bucks for you so you can make your rent. And let's try to do it fast so the wifey doesn't find out.
Yes.
And then if you see $1,200, she'll be like, I took us to Olive Garden. Someone's rolling in it.
Oh, yes. So, Ben, we still think you need to call that number that Wiggins gave you.
I've already put a call into them.
Good.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so
Let's see how this
we
goes.
have his number.
Yes.
So Ben, we have your number. Hopefully, we'll get some traction. I mean, if anything, maybe there's going to be at least a few $100s that we can get to go your way. And no one, like I said earlier, should have to go through this situation, especially when you have kids and a wife and are trying to do good. So it's just a terrible spot.
Someone also said call 311 for temporary rent assistance.
Okay, 311.
311.
Ben, through just 311. And then someone also said have Ben call Catholic Charities. They helped somebody that I know. They paid their rent for a month.
Yeah, but you have to be alone in a room with the priest for like 45 minutes.
Do it, Ben. Do it.
And the two of us need look no more.
So see if there's a Catholic church around you. But yeah, and then you're going to just have to make some phone calls this morning, Ben, but we want to help. We want to make sure that you guys are okay. And I do have a personal question. What did your nephew end up going to jail for?
Meth.
So it was a drug thing.
There you go.
So another methican.
Well, and
after you call 311, hit 6, press 6.
Okay.
And Ben, we have calls coming in right now, man. So we're going to get these, and we're going to call you back here soon. But we want to get these calls in case one of them are willing to help you out. So, excuse me, I'm getting all choked up.
Oh.
So we're going to call you here and give you an update. Good, all right, bud.
All right, thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
All right,
hang
man.
in there, Ben.
Bye.
Right.
Blazin hit. Oh, we lost him right when someone was trying to call in.
I have a check for $12,000.
And it's
I'm
there
only
gone.
hanging around for 5 more seconds. Click.
303-728-3420 if you want to help out. Again, we're starting that GoFundMe right now. I'm about to just put it onto our social media pages. So we just know that the Denver listeners, they come together, and let's just hope that this is another time that they do, and they will.
Call us now.
On the YOLO Rum phone line.
Living on my sofa, drinking rum and cola underneath the rising sun.
303-728-3420.
Call now.
Blazin' Hit Radio.
Blazin' Hit. Who's this?
This is Kathie.
Hey, Kathie. Thanks for holding. What's up?
Well, first, I know you guys were talking about who's sleeping in the bed, and but before I tell you my story, I wanted to tell Kathie, Kathie, you were my spirit animal. You got me through my pregnancy, and I wanted to say thank you. I woke up every morning and said, if Kathie can do it, I can do it. So I did it.
That means the world to me.
My son is only a few months younger than your daughter, so I was towards the end when you left us to have your baby, and I was like, oh, I know I can do it. You can do it. Keep going.
Well, that means the world to me because I really was struggling. So it means the world that it helped other people get through their struggle.
I was managing 2 salons, one in Centennial and one in Aurora, and I was on the bus. So I was like, if she can do it, I can do it.
So wait, was this the Avery, Kathie's first baby? Was this Avery?
No, Gianna. My
Okay.
son will be 2 in March. Yeah, he'll be 2 in a few 6 weeks, actually.
Oh
my
yeah.
gosh, that just gave me a heart attack.
You know what though? And you know what got me through? That is people like you, because I would say to myself, at least I have a car that runs that can get me places.
Right. There's people that are doing it with less.
Right. You were doing it on the bus. Are you crazy, girl?
That's how she got pregnant. She was doing it on the bus.
Wait till you hear the rest of my story. When my son was first an infant, we lived with my parents because, as we all know, rent is too damn high in Denver.
Yep.
So we lived in our basement. In a basement, we were all crammed in one room. His crib was in the room with us, and my husband insisted on us on the baby sleeping in the bed with us.
Oh.
But the problem was, he wouldn't mess with my husband while my husband was asleep. He was messing with me.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And I go, come on, we got to put him in the crib. Mind you, my husband slept right next to the crib. And no, you're trying to take my son away from me. And I'm like, he's going to be 2 feet from your head. Let me get some sleep.
So he was into the baby sleeping there and cuddling and all that.
Yeah, no, he was, my son, I'm a hairstylist, so I like to think that my son inherited my hairstylist genes, and he likes to play with hair while he's sleeping.
You wake up with a gorgeous hairdo.
Newborns, they don't have a gentle touch. They have the death grip. So when he's playing with your hair, he's yanking your hair out.
Right.
I know, but that one morning you woke up with like perfect cornrows. You were like, holy ish.
Wow, this kid has a future.
Right.
Hey, Larry, I'm working on it, okay? I'm working on it.
She wakes up every day with a perm. She got like dreadlocks one day. She got all these looks.
Right?
Well, you're my spirit animal. Hang in there, man. That is tough.
And so, I hated him sleeping in the bed with us, trying to get him out the bed. Well, finally, we got him out of the bed. Well, when my son was 10 months, my husband passed away.
Aww.
So those first probably 6 months, I could not sleep without my son in the bed.
Right.
Just because, you're used to going to sleep with somebody next to you.
Yep.
So he was always in the bed. Literally, maybe 2 months ago, we had to put him in his own room because he was sleeping in my room, and in his crib. But in the middle of the night, I'd get lonely and I'd go get him.
Oh.
He'd end up in my bed at the end of the night. So
Wow.
we literally had to separate us so that I don't go get him in the middle of the night. I think I've done it once.
But you have an unusual circumstance.
Yeah, that's really sad. Sorry for your loss.
Yeah,
Totally.
That's why I said, wait till my story's different.
Yeah,
No,
it
for
really
sure.
is.
Yeah, it was
But
definitely hard.
You should have started your story out with "Dear Christmas Wish."
but you're pushing through, and that's that's what you got to do.
Well, and that's I have to be honest. During the Christmas wish, I didn't listen because it was around his anniversary. His 1 year anniversary just happened before the 21st of December. So emotionally, I just couldn't handle it. So I'm just now getting back to listening to you guys on a regular basis again.
Okay.
And I'm like, I have to tell him my story.
Well, you know
I can't sleep without him.
You're killing it, and it's like Kathie said, you're her spirit animal because Kathie vibes off when she can help people, and so when she gets that feedback back that any of us, when we got you through a hard time in your life because we were funny, that makes us feel amazing, and that's kind of why we do what we do.
Totally.
I'd have to tell you too, Larry. I gave up meat because of you too.
Oh no!
Wow.
I feel that's awesome.
You're just going too far now, damn it.
This is our girl.
Yeah,
I said, if Larry can do it, I can do it too.
There's a new series on Netflix. It's called Rotten, and I can't watch it alone. I'm afraid to watch it, but it's the in-depth look at our food industry.
Oh yeah,
so it shows some of that stuff, and I kind of I almost want to force myself to watch it.
No,
to
I saw the
reassure-
trailer and was like,
No, but I want to reaffirm what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So I feel I'm going to man up and watch it.
I had a friend who went to jail, and his PO actually told him that health-wise, food-wise, it's better for him to be in jail because their food's not as processed as our food is.
Damn.
Wow. All right, well, we're all going to go hold up a liquor store today.
I'm going to make it good.
You know what?
room, board, and healthy food. Sounds good.
Hey, turns out we're all eating better than the president.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right on. Well, thanks for the call.
Yeah, I love you guys. Thanks.
Love you too. Wait, what's your name?
I'm Kathie.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Come on now.
Kathie.
Kathy.
Actually,
Kathy used to ride a bus too, Kathy.
Larry commented on a picture New Year's Eve. I was in the hospital, and he wished me to get well soon. And I was like, oh, my God, it's Larry!
Are you better?
Yes, I just had food poisoning.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Because
good.
you weren't eating healthy. That's what that all-meatless diet does to you.
Well, hit us up. We want to get together and see your kid, and it'd be kind of cool to hang out. So hit us up next time we're at one of our happy hours.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
What salons do you manage?
Well, I'm assistant manager down in Parker at the Sport Club, also 20 Mile in Lincoln.
Oh, nice. Sport Clips.
Oh, okay. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that one of those places where it's like...
awesome. Come see us. We're pretty awesome.
Yeah, is that one of those places where men come and it's like, we're going to give you a sexy haircut, and I'm wearing something sexy. Yeah.
No.
Oh, it's not like that.
Definitely not.
Well, then I'm not going.
We We had a husband. His wife made him come to Sport Clips because she knew for a fact we wore clothes.
Oh,
nice.
Gotcha.
Right on. Well, thanks.
All right, take it easy, Kathie.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay,
Bye.
Thank you
Morning.
so much for holding. Who's this?
Hi, this is Sandy. How you guys doing? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Sandy.
That last call just made me so sad. It's like, oh.
Yeah, me too.
I know, for sure.
And we've all
Breaks
been
your
there.
heart.
If you haven't been there, you're very lucky.
Right.
So the GoFundMe's already going, Sandy, and I mean, I don't know what your situation is, but if you want to help out, we do have some people starting to donate there. But I just wanted to let everyone else know that it's set up. You can find it on Facebook, Larry and Kathie's pages, on the Larry and Kathie J page. But we do have something set up to try to help him because it is super sad.
Yeah, it is. And it's, you know, if you've never been in a bad situation, there's so many different bad situations, and all you can do is give a little bit, Doesn't hurt. It'll come back to you. It comes back to you.
For sure. And he's lucky because I almost went as far as to say, before we start the GoFundMe, we're going to have one conversation with the wife. And then she's going to be like, oh, he's always screwing up. He's always late on the rent, and he lets his friends over, and he stays up all night. He's playing pool. He brought this bitch home. Yeah, then I didn't want to ruin his chances.
Well, we're gonna keep a roof over your kid's head for another month, but you have a month to figure out what your next move.
Right, and if what he said was true, if he's been killing it for 3 months, then continue to kill it and don't put yourself in a situation. We've all been a victim of somebody we were helping out.
Yes.
And we're all the same reaction, jaw to the ground. How could they do that to me? Right. I was helping them out.
Right, totally.
So, yeah. So that's, I think, what the real thing here is, right, to help him out.
It does. And, you know, I was always raised with they always say that when you do lend out money,
don't expect to get it back.
If you need it back right away. Exactly. Don't expect to get it back. And if you need it right away, you can't expect it.
Yeah.
I think as you get older, right, you kind of like your circle becomes closer as far as like who you're really friends with. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So you know who to look out for.
Exactly.
Right. So because you know, like,
and you get to where you don't care.
Well, yeah, but I mean, everybody's doing different at different times in everybody's lives. So sometimes you're killing it, so you can throw somebody a couple extra bucks. You know what I mean? And sometimes you're not killing it, so you can't. So I just think that you know, hopefully karma comes back. You know, if he's, you know, people are willing to help him, he'll do something to help somebody else down the road or something like that.
You know, and I'm a firm believer on that. And next time, Larry, you have the girls over, when we used to watch our granddaughter at night, what we had to do as she got bigger, we had to rotate on the bed to where we're laying, you know, the long way, and we each had more room.
Oh, my God.
That's the only way we could do it.
You know what? You don't
like,
rotate.
Oh
you just say, hey, move over.
You know what we were going to do is...
Oh, no, I need the extra room.
Oh.
Since there's two of them, we were going to, if we do slumber party at our house, if Kathie comes, sorry, then they would sleep upstairs with you.
You just gave away her pet nickname.
Everybody knows I call her Jake.
Yes.
She was supposed to be a boy.
I was.
So the thing is, the two couches in the front living room, I'm just going to push together to make one big bed for them, and they can't roll off because it's too...
That's brilliant.
Yes, so I got
brilliant.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. And then Chris and I are going to not sleep and look over at them every 5 seconds. Are they okay? Because Chris is like, we should sleep on the same floor as them in case if they get up or they're freaking out.
Oh, my
They
God.
get colder.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I have an issue like you guys have with the kids coming to the bed. Our dog lays on the end of the bed, and when we go to bed, we put him in his bed. Just like a baby, we tell him, okay, it's time for bed. 3 o'clock, you hear him whining, just like you hear Kathie, and I'm like, really? So he's got his point at the end of the bed. He's got his blanket, and it's like, okay, he's got us trained. It's like you either hear him cry or you put him, so he ain't going back to bed.
You know what? He takes you outside to take a shit.
That's right. What time? Exactly. And you know, you always have to let your dogs out at the worst time. It's like 3 is like, really? Okay, now.
No, if Yoshi's asking him to go out at 3,
bed.
something's wrong, and I have to now see if he has diarrhea.
Right.
So I'm out there with a flashlight. What is happening? What's coming out?
Right.
You've taken too long.
Exactly.
It's like too cold.
Well, thanks for the call. We appreciate it.
You betcha. Love you guys. I'm an everyday listener. You know that. Have a good one, okay?
Love you, Sandy.
Bye.
Also, be an everyday viewer with Kathie J on Fox 31 with Chris Parenti. Call or text us now.
I'm so excited.
On the YOLO Rum phone line.
Alexa, will you be my friend?
Of course we can be friends.
303-728-3420.
You seem very nice.
You can
Alexa, order lube.
No, don't. Now Alexa's going to order lube. You better watch out because you probably will and have ordered things for people with that Alexa after that story
that's
yesterday.
their fault for not having a confirmation, a number, a code word.
Code.
Right.
So we've been having people text us, other people saying you can call 211 Mile High United Way. They have a database of agencies that can help with a variety of things, including rent assistance. As if you don't know, Ben called us looking for help, seeing what we could do to help him. He had his rent money stolen from him.
He was desperate.
Right, and if this was somebody that he trusted, it was his nephew, he thought, oh, this guy's not going to screw me over.
His nephew does meth.
Right.
Yes, and so we have thrown.
He's a methew.
He's a methew.
Oh,
and I'm assuming he's Mexican.
Thank you for everyone who's donated so far to the GoFundMe. We created the GoFundMe account. It's on Larry's Instagram page. We're going to post that up there with a link. It's on the Larry and Kathie Today Facebook pages. Kathie's going to throw it up on her network. So wherever you want to find that link, you can find it on one of their channels.
If you need your bills paid for, be sure to call us early.
Yeah.
We can't do this for everyone.
Yes, and we have other stuff to get to.
And-
So,
yes, exactly.
So that's
So
where
let-
you can find it, everybody.
So we'll get to that right now, actually. Larry was talking about one thing that was crazy is we were saying, all right, well, we got to post this link up on Facebook. Well, Facebook changed their policy. So now...
Yeah, what's going on with this?
So pages aren't as... There's a difference if you don't know. There's profiles, which is what the average person has, and then there's pages, which is what Larry and Kathie have. You can exceed 5,000, and it's those pages that you like.
Right. And you follow somebody and stuff like that.
Okay.
But so Zuckerberg, because of like all the backlash of the election and all
Russian
that,
meddling, yep.
Right. So they're now like determined more than ever to make the Facebook experience about you and your friends and less about seeing ads.
Okay.
And seeing political stuff and stuff like that, news stuff.
Zuckerberg marks it more family and friends, which is what Facebook was created for.
Exactly. So, like, if you have a fan page like us that you're trying to promote yourself and promote our show and different things that we do, they're going to limit that.
Okay.
And there's also a way of paying for it where, because that's, I think,
You can
ultimately...
boost your post.
I think that they were brilliant in the sense that they got everybody hooked on the drug.
Yes.
And because the access that we used to have to our fans was crazy big in the beginning.
Yes.
Like we could get like 2,000, 3,000 likes a picture.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It was crazy. And then all of a sudden they're like, turn the buttons and they were like, hey, you're not going to have that reach, but you can pay for it. Boost to post.
Yes.
So that's how they started making their money. And businesses, it was crazy because every single business that's an official business had their logo, and then they had the Twitter logo, the Facebook logo, and the Instagram logo, giving them all this free publicity. So then now even all those people, like if you're Tide, you're like, man, we're reaching a bunch of people. Then they turned it down, and now Tide doesn't reach who they thought they were going to reach. And now Tide spends $1 million on Facebook a year or whatever to get people to see Tide Pods or whatever. So the same with us. We don't have $1 million to spend. So our reach to our fans from our fan page is even more limited now.
Right. Okay.
So that's where that stands.
But there's more of a controversy with that, Kathie. And so it goes way deeper than that. And so we have the story right here.
Tonight, a stunning charge against Facebook.
Facebook's a living, breathing crime scene for what happened in the 2016 election. And only they have full access to what happened.
From 3 Silicon Valley insiders.
Did Facebook neglect its responsibility to its users?
In retrospect, definitely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Roger McNamee, an early Facebook investor and former mentor to CEO Mark Zuckerberg. Sandy Parakilas, a former Facebook manager, and Tristan Harris, a former design ethicist at Google. Together, they accuse Facebook of prioritizing profits over people, pointing to Russia's 2016 misinformation campaign against American voters.
So that's everything that the Russia interfered with, anything that happened with the election.
Right. And they knew what was going on at Facebook,
And
but they were
took the
like,
money.
still took the money.
Yeah.
Carried out in part through targeted ads on Facebook. Parakilas, who worked for Facebook on privacy issues in 2011 and 2012, now speaking on camera for the first time, saying he sounded the alarm for 4 years before the 2016 election. Warning senior executives during the Arab Spring that the social network could be misused by foreign governments.
It makes me terrified that something that I had a small part in helping to build is being used by people with really bad intent against America.
Wow.
Former Zuckerberg mentor McNamee says he raised a red flag too, emailing Zuckerberg and Chief Operating Officer Sheryl Sandberg about suspicious activity on Facebook in October of 2016.
I got emails back from both Sheryl and Mark. They treated it like a public relations problem rather than a substantive issue for the business.
Facebook now has 2 billion users every month. That's more than the populations of the U.S. and China combined. And to keep them engaged, these three argue Facebook has a financial incentive not to limit ads or misinformation as long as it's getting clicks.
The company just continuously prioritized user growth and making money over protecting users.
Making you angry, making you afraid is really good for Facebook's business. It is not good for America. It's not good for the users of Facebook.
And is it good for democracy?
It's, I would say, decisively not.
We asked Facebook for a response to the specific charges from this group. They sent us a statement saying, in part, Facebook is a vastly different company from when it was first founded.
We asked them, and they unfriended us. We were blocked.
In the past year, we've worked to destroy the business model for false news and reduce its spread.
What's that, Kathy?
Oh, no, I was just going to say the headline that I'm reading, it says, Facebook is a living, breathing crime scene.
Right, of the whole election.
Says
So
a
it's like,
former tech insider.
Right. That's like insane that they actually, here it is. Here's the crime scene, the tape. Here's the pube they found, and here's...
You can follow the trail all the way back to the perpetrators.
Right, the Russian pube.
And Mark Zuckerberg's in there going like, touching everything, keep moving, messing all the evidence up so no one catches on to it.
Well, then he also does something where he's like, I'm donating most of my wealth. So you're like, wow, what a good guy.
I know,
what I mean?
You can't hate him
Maybe.
that much.
Right.
How much wealth does he have? 2 billion users a month and worldwide users. He's pretty rich. So,
So you're saying it's a drop in the bucket.
A drop in the bucket.
He'll still be able to survive.
For sure. He just bought this huge house in Hawaii. And we're like,
the missile was going to land?
No, exactly. No, but we're like, when you go out there and you try to change stuff, where Oprah tried to build a road, and all the people that live there are like, you can't build that road. You know, they block you.
Yes.
So like he was able to get so much stuff built that they normally block. So he
paid.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
Stop bad actors from meddling in elections and bring a new level of transparency to advertising. But these three insiders who are forming a new advocacy organization say the issues should spark changes to other social media companies too, including allowing outside researchers to look through company data for suspicious activity and creating a subscription model where users pay a small monthly fee and see fewer ads.
Their goal wasn't to let this happen. The problem was they crafted a model that was so perfect for them because they had been told culturally in Silicon Valley that it was okay to disrupt things.
Lester, as we reported here last week, Facebook will be changing its newsfeed soon, prioritizing updates from friends and family. That means you'll see fewer ads and posts from companies. Facebook also telling us tonight we have more work to do and we're heads down on getting it done.
Would you pay a couple bucks to not see ads on Facebook?
And people do it with a lot of things. YouTube does that for $10. You don't have to deal with any of those ads and all that stuff. So, I mean, I think that there is worth it to pay a few dollars to not have to deal with that. But then would they do that because it takes away their whole business model of making revenue off of selling ads?
I know. But if everybody opts in, or even half or like a quarter of the users opt in for no commercials, then Zuckerberg can buy the whole island.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's going to get harder and harder for companies to get their message out there.
Yeah, I agree. And here's what's funny about it is, and I've seen this firsthand why I left the radio when I was working with you guys. The people in charge are so kind of out of tune with the power of Facebook and social media that this bully's able to run the yard. You know what I mean? Right. And so Facebook is able to get away with a lot of stuff because you got 80-year-olds in Congress who have no clue about what a Russian or a foreign government is capable of doing with this network.
Right. And you also have a lot of people that are still in power positions that have no clue how social media works or technology.
Oh, no, for sure.
And so those people are like, just a dying breed.
But then the bully's now trying to is having a change of heart, correct?
Oh, because he's getting he's getting called into the principal's office.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, but still,
it's like he didn't react to the news of the Russia thing while he was taking the money, but after he was like, we are very surprised about this. And
it's no different than TV and radio stations taking money during political ads and stuff. They don't like it, but they know that it's good to take that money.
No, that money's, and those people are within the system. system. They're from America.
Yes.
Russia's trying to influence us.
I know, but didn't they paint themselves as they were American companies? They didn't say they were.
No. They were definitely foreign governments who came from Russia, and they know, like, so it would be like the radio company knowing that Russia is coming in here. Hey, we're gonna portray ourselves as Americans, and you're gonna take our money still.
Right, and
I thought they were trying to be like for the American citizens.
No, but they disguised themselves as like we the people. You know what I mean? They definitely did. So I don't know. It's just like, it's some people are they're so removed from knowing what Russia is versus America that there's probably a lot of people that are like, so why can't we get along with them? Why don't we, like adopt some of their things? They seem to be doing well.
Right. They specifically target, and this is what you could do with Facebook, demographics and areas where they know that they probably lean Republican.
They're like,
and
this person typed in the word swastika 80 times. Send them the ad.
Well, no,
they did do that.
They did do that, and you know who that area is, and so they're able to specifically target, and that's why they said in that piece right there, they targeted their fear.
Well,
and they're creating.
They wanted to stoke instability in the United States and get groups to hate each other.
Okay, that's too heavy. I'm done.
Oh, okay.
I have stupid news coming up next.
All right, let's lighten it up.
Let's lighten it up a little bit.
Right. Between Ben and this, I need some happy. I need to
exactly.
laugh.
That's what I said.
Man, you guys are killing me.
Well,
hey, I said that before we started talking about this, that we needed stupid news. You're killing me.
You had no problem.
You
going
sent
into
me the
detail
link,
about
Larry.
Whatever, but I didn't know we were prioritizing. I said put stupid news in between.
Well, it was meant to be started off by saying use Facebook to donate to Ben, which is a good cause, but then they're blocking it because of Russia scandal.
Well, you know what? I'm going to have 4 stupid news stories then.
I don't care what they say about me.
And now,
I go dumb, I go stupid, I get crazy.
come on and clap.
It's Kathy J's Stupid News.
Here we go. A female Jack Sparrow impersonator was so sick of looking for a guy that she decided to marry a 300-year-old ghost. But a ghost pirate.
Well, here's what I would say to all you women out there who are still looking. Even she has somebody.
Exactly.
Some crazy lady.
She's a 45-year-old lady in Northern Ireland named Amanda.
Yeah, that sounds about right. About the time you'd be so desperate, you're like, a ghost will do.
And the pirate thing really resonates with Amanda. That's why she's a Jack Sparrow impersonator.
Right.
Yes. So she decided after looking and looking and looking for a guy that understood that how much she likes pirates and blah, blah.
She never met anybody in public because she was dressed like a man.
Yeah.
So every guy was like, hey, move, dude.
Hey, dude, how's it going? Cheers. So what she decided to do was marry a pirate, the ghost of a 300-year-old Haitian pirate named Jack Teague.
Arr.
She felt his energy in her bed one night.
He put his energy in my butt.
After a conversation with him about how she wanted something serious, not just casual, he said he would take her up on the offer, and they got into a relationship.
She's all, I didn't even make him wear a ghost condom.
After 2 years together, she says...
I'm having his ghost baby. She's all, here it comes.
Oh, what a beautiful baby. She says after 2 years, he proposed to her through a medium.
Oh, yes.
So she found a priest.
The medium's all, apparently he got it at Jared's. It's an invisible ring. It's a ghost ring.
So she found a priest, sailed out to international waters, and got married to the ghost pirate.
You should have heard the wedding night.
Oh my God. Now she and the 300-year-old ghost pirate are co-writing a book for other women who might want to...
If you don't do your work, how am I supposed to do my work? These pages are blank.
These pages are going to write themselves.
Right. And we're not even having sex anymore. You don't put your energy in my butt.
Okay, so all you other women out there, there's going to be a book to help you find a spirit too.
And you still don't have anybody.
A guy tries to avoid baggage fees. Did you hear about this guy?
No, he's not the guy that put the cat in the thing.
No. This guy tried to avoid baggage fees by wearing 10 outfits on the plane.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, but then,
Yeah, and he got banned from boarding.
Oh, they're like, you look ridiculous.
Ryan, no, not you look ridiculous. What are you covering up?
Oh, like you look kind of balmy.
I mean, TSA might be a little worried.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then like, sure, can you take that shirt off? And that shirt, and that shirt, and
How many
that
shirts
shirt?
do you have?
Right.
Jesus, we're going to need a room.
Right.
Okay, so this dude named Ryan, he lives in London. He was sick of the baggage fees, didn't want to pay him, so he decided that from Iceland back to London last week, he didn't want to pay the $65.
He's all, I got 4 pairs of socks on, my shoes don't fit.
Something tells me Ryan is very thin.
Right.
Because you have to be thin to layer anything.
The only
so to
people that I
layer
know-
10 articles of clothing, you're thin.
Right, you're either Ryan Seacrest or Kelly Ripa.
Right, exactly.
Right.
And nobody are those two people.
Right.
So he put on 8 pairs of pants and 10 shirts and tried to get on the plane. The agents at the gate figured out what he was doing and told him, you can't fly like this.
No.
So he tried to get on a different airline, and they also caught him and stopped him. He wound up getting a refund for the ticket and eventually flew home on a third airline. No word on whether or not they made him check his stuff, but something's telling me they did.
How do you button the last pair of pants? You know what I mean? Because it's like they're also the same size. You know what I mean? You would need like bigger pants.
I don't know.
Like Russian nesting dolls. You need a little smaller size, a little smaller.
Right. Okay, so where do we want to end? Okay, let's do this one. A guy gets a DUI.
Is this the 4th story? You said you're doing 4.
I know. No, I got 2 more left.
Okay,
Yeah. So a guy gets a DUI for drinking. Oh, I don't know. Maybe this one. Okay, let's.
Too much stupid to
Where
choose
do I
from.
want to end? All right, I'll go with the cat one. Okay, guy gets DUI for drinking his cat's mood enhancement medicine.
Oh, so like his cat was on Prozac or something?
Right.
Okay. So like some people will take cat sedative as a party drug.
Right. You hear about that. So a dude was speeding and swerving through New Jersey Saturday night. Cops pulled him over. He was slurring his speech.
Yeah, he was in a K-hole.
And he was making strange hand movements.
He's like rubbing his butt against the police officer. Just like a cat.
So cops knew he was on something, didn't know what. Exactly. And then they looked down. They always look in the console. I mean, what do you think their flashlights are doing while they're in your car?
For sure.
They looked over and they spotted a bottle in his hand.
Idiot.
It was over the counter.
Oh, okay.
Over the counter.
Legal.
All right, mood enhancement medicine for a cat.
He's all, if you just have a box I can poop in, I'll be on my way.
Yeah, the guy was chugging something called catnip cocktail. It's a drink for cats.
It sounds like the KFC mixed gravy drinks.
They would love
gravy
it.
drink with the orange liqueur. So it's supposed to help cats with anxiety. There's a big warning on it saying not safe for people.
Great.
Guy got charged with a DWI.
I got to write this down. I want to try that this weekend.
Catnip cocktail. Not clear why he decided to drink it. Oh, I could tell you why.
Why? Oh, yeah. To get high.
Exactly.
The same reason we take horse sedatives.
But
yeah.
I mean, you really are going there if you're about to take a sedative that can take down 1,000-pound animal.
Right. You're definitely going to poop in your house.
Yeah, right. And finally, this is something we have never heard of. Even of all the TV shows all of us has watched combined, everything. You ready? A 73-year-old man breaks his neck in a motorcycle accident, drives himself home holding his head up by his hair.
Oh my God, that's like a movie.
That's like that movie you love watching with
Death
Bruce
Becomes
Willis.
Her.
Yeah, where
Death
her neck
Becomes
is-
Her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she held her head up like this. She was like,
She broke her neck.
she's on my neck.
Yep, and then
Right.
she held her head up.
Right.
Crazy. Was that Meryl Streep or
Meryl Streep.
Goldie Hawn? That was Meryl
Right.
Streep that broke her
no.
neck.
Yeah, it was both of them because Meryl Streep twisted her neck
Right, and then-
on the stairs, and then Goldie Hawn gets her neck pounded in.
With a shovel.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, no, she did that to Meryl Streep. Goldie Hawn hit her.
Okay.
So it's her neck.
So it's Meryl Streep.
Right.
Either way, that's what it
a great
looked like.
movie,
Yeah.
by the way.
Okay, so here's the story. It's coming out of Australia. So to me, it would have to be one of those tough dudes in Australia.
Right. That
right?
could, yeah. Like
Start there.
Exactly.
Okay. 73-year-old beet farmer. His name is not that kind of beet farmer.
the ones that make your poop red.
His name's Jim. He was riding his motorbike last month looking for grasshoppers on his farm.
To eat?
I don't know. He hit a divot, went flying right over the handlebars.
Oh, no.
Landed on his head,
Ooh.
broke his neck.
That's
Not
one
good.
tough guy, man. Oh my God.
Hell yeah, this is
Yeah.
a tough man. Because most of us, you break your neck, you're just laying there.
Right. You're not supposed to move
Don't
because
move
any
anybody.
movement can make you paralyzed.
So Jim realized, I'm alive.
He's okay.
I'm alive. And then
And every
he
time
knew,
he blinked,
ow! He didn't know what was really wrong, but he knew he had to get himself home so he could call for help. He didn't have a phone on him.
right.
Oh
So
my
he had
God.
to drive.
So because
He's all, for all the times to have a stick. Right.
I mean, it's hard enough to hold your cell phone and drive his
and he's still holding his coffee and taking a selfie.
Smoking a cigarette.
Right.
So his neck wouldn't stay up. He realized there was a problem.
Uh-oh.
He grabbed his hair to hold his head up straight.
Good thing he didn't go bald. He'd be dead right now.
Yeah, no lie. At 73?
Right.
Yeah.
If he had the cul-de-sac, nothing's grabbing there.
How crazy is that?
Right.
Got back on his bike. So the bike was cool. The rest of his body was obviously okay to drive.
Right.
Crazy. Drove himself more than a quarter of a mile in excruciating pain, bumping through his beet farm on the road.
2 4-way stops where everybody's like, you go, mate. You go. No, you go, mate.
Just somebody go.
You go, mate.
When he got to the house, he called for help, taken to the hospital, and that's where they found he had 2 fractured vertebrae. He had surgery. He's expected to make a full recovery.
Oh, my God.
But this dude literally held his head up straight by holding on to his hair.
Keep your head up.
And the grasshoppers had the last laugh.
right. They feasted well that night.
And get some money. Or text us now
I'm so excited.
on the YOLO Rum phone line.
Alexa, will you be my friend?
Of course we can be friends.
303-728-3420.
You seem very nice.
If you were listening earlier, we were talking to our listener Ben and trying to raise a couple bucks for him.
He had his rent money stolen from him from his nephew, who he was trying to help out.
A meth head.
Yeah.
Who's in jail.
Right.
Yeah.
And the dad has 3 kids. He's got to keep a roof
Yeah,
over.
and a wife that he doesn't want to lose. So he's got a lot on the line here. So if you're able to help out, and a lot of you have been, we're we're getting close to almost $200 right now. Basically,
Oh, cool.
where we're at.
That's awesome. Everybody who gave, you rock.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we just keep on going. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We have all the links for the GoFundMe account right there. So.
Okay. So, did you have something you were just...
No.
Okay, all right. So I have just 2 weird little facts for you. You know how I just love little stupid everyday facts? Taco Bell was able to create 15,000 new jobs just because of the Doritos Locos Tacos.
Wow, that's awesome.
Because they were so successful.
Well, you know, you can thank me, everybody. That was my idea.
That was your idea that you didn't get any credit for.
Right.
And also, there's only 2 species that engage in all-out wars against fellow members of the same species. What are they?
Man.
That's one of them.
Monkey.
Nope.
Oh, I would say a fire ant.
It's ants.
Really?
How did you know that?
I don't know. I just
Larry
guessed.
just
Good
knows
job,
these
Larry
things all the
Uleberry.
time. Yeah.
See what happens when you don't sleep and you watch documentaries? I can't fall asleep.
You're going to discover where Hitler went.
Right. Oh, no.
Right.
And I just watched a documentary on how you die if you don't get sleep.
No, right.
Like the brain starts eating itself.
That's probably the wrong thing for you to be
documentary to watch,
watching.
right?
Yeah.
'Cause I'm like, I'm really going to stay up.
But how sad. That says a lot about us. Like, you know, that there's only, out of all of the species in the world, there's only 2 that attack themselves, ants and us.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's just sad. Okay, and...
But what about the praying mantis? And the
praying mantis. Oh, they just, they just rip the dude's head off after they've had
but
sex.
that's
not really
attacking.
attacking.
No, but
I mean,
like as far as like groups and groups.
Oh, like,
I always thought crabs and bed bugs were mortal enemies.
yes, you
know
did.
what I mean?
You used to
Right.
say that.
Exactly.
The crab would eat the bed bug, or the
Right,
bed
they'd
bug
be
would
like
eat the crab.
fighting it out in your bed while you're sleeping. They're on your crotch.
Right.
This is my food.
So you know, if anyone out there is looking for a new job,
Right.
There's
Which are
Dorito tacos?
No. There's one out there that I think a lot of people. Wiggins, you might actually
porn
be ready for
fluffer.
that. No, not porn fluffer.
I'm not going to be no fluffer.
Oh, I would.
I'd be the one getting fluffed if I was going to do
Fine.
anything.
Let's go.
Not by
Actually,
a guy.
Now that I realize it, my husband would be perfect for this new job.
Okay.
Chicken nugget tasting.
Oh my God, for sure.
There's a job opening right now for a chicken nugget tasting expert.
He's like born for this. Like he had a thing with his friend, and he tried to eat the most chicken nuggets, and he won.
Yeah, he ate 100 chicken nuggets and 100 chicken nuggets and a large chocolate shake in 70 minutes.
Yeah, you know what? That was when they were $10 at McDonald's because you get 100 chicken nuggets for $10.
Something. Or it was Wendy's. I don't know where.
It was McDonald's. I did that.
And then he pooped out 100 nuggets.
Oh, yeah.
And then a
I
shake.
hate to say it because it's just stupid guy humor, but he's like, I was shooting BBs for a week.
Yeah, they were actually still in the shape. He was swallowing them whole.
Yeah, right.
Sometimes Kathie looks in her toilet and there's a chicken nugget shaped like a dinosaur.
That's not natural. That's not chicken. So here you go. A grocery store chain in England just put a job listing for chicken nugget connoisseur. They're looking for somebody who will sit around, taste test chicken nuggets, taste test fish sticks, taste test a lot more frozen food, and help the store figure out which brands are the best to sell to their customers.
See, President Trump, we already have another job waiting for you.
Right, he does love KFC.
He loves chicken.
So this brand's going to be huge.
Right, I love this fish stick. It's the best.
No word on how much it pays, and it's only part-time, but you can still go home and tell your wife you found a job.
You know what I would do every day if I had that job? I'd be like, no, this one doesn't taste like Chick-fil-A. No, this one doesn't taste like Chick-fil-A. No,
Nope.
This one doesn't taste like Chick-fil-A.
Dude, nobody can reach the Chick-fil-A nugget standard.
In fact, I'm so terrified to know, what is it?
It's real chicken. That's what it is. Everything else is like not real chicken. That's why the shape is always different and it looks like chicken.
I agree, but I think there's something they're putting in the chickens. Like they're making the chickens eat cocaine.
Yeah.
Because the chicken is that delicious.
You know what they're putting in those chicken? God.
Right.
God is in those chickens.
That's why they're closed on Sunday.
You know, they kick,
with a hint of homophobia.
Chick-fil-A kicked and for breastfeeding, they kicked a woman out
I saw
Chick-fil-A
that.
who was breastfeeding in there. And it's
Are
like,
you kidding me?
No.
And it's like it's always these dumb managers who are on shift who because her boob was out, but she still tried to like somewhat cover, but her boob was definitely out.
Okay.
And like the top part of it was, she's like, no more showing than like a
low cut top.
Correct.
Okay.
And so she said the lady told her to leave, and
it was a female manager.
And she was like, this lady's like, I know the rules, the laws in this state say I can do this, and so she kicked her out, and so then it was like they had to come back and say our bad, like we didn't know the rules.
Okay, so does she get like Chick-fil-A free for life?
I don't know.
Better get something.
You better give me something.
Chicken nuggets for
She
life.
gets that frozen lemonade, which is just basically a lemon ice cream shake.
So whatever they put in that is what they put in the chicken, because that is just as good as
for sure. You know what? Even that lady's boob to that baby tasted better being in Chick-fil-A. Like that baby was dipping her boob in the mustard sauce.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What is your favorite sauce from there?
Oh my God, could I pick one? I like the mustard, whatever that honey mustard is.
Honey mustard.
The actual
honey
Chick-fil-A sauce?
No, the one that's the
yellow
goop.
Yeah,
they do have a honey mustard.
And I like the Polynesian.
You can only get one.
Oh, I
Which
guess
one
the
do you
mustard.
choose? Kathy?
Because I even dip my fries in that.
I'm not really a dipper. I do honey and ketchup.
Ooh, that's
on my
good.
nuggets.
Oh, so you know what you need to do?
What?
You need to get that pizza hot sauce that they have and put it in the ketchup.
No, that's what you do.
No, but you need to do it.
No, I don't like hot. That's what you do.
They even have a spicy sandwich. I miss that. Like, all this talk about chicken's freaking me out because
you miss it.
Oh, you don't eat chicken. I forgot about that.
And that is the one place that like I went and got the girls. And so I was smelling it in my car, so I ate the hell out of a large French fry.
Hell yeah, you did. Those waffle fries.
And those dip just as good in those sauces, too, so.
I still remember that after the owner came out and he was, very homophobic, and I put my money anti-gay, and I remember that I was part of the protest. I didn't eat there for a year, and I was pregnant during that
And meanwhile,
year.
Larry's all...
No, I thought we were all on the same page, and then one day, Larry's like, where you want to go have breakfast? Let's go Chick-fil-A. We haven't been to Chick-fil-A in a while. And I was like, we don't go to Chick-fil-A. And you were like, oh no, Chris and I totally eat there. I was like, what? I'm taking a stand to help you out, and I'm starving because I'm pregnant.
And
do you remember
what?
that? I got so mad.
And I remember telling you that Chris and I are very adamant about calling there first and finding out if there's a gay employee.
Right, that is what you said.
And we're like, we're only paying his salary. So we go by and like, he's definitely not out because you're supposed to be part of the church.
Yeah.
So we can always spot the guy that works there that's like, lemonade! Love it! Aren't you Larry? Is that Chris? Yeah, so.
They're all required to say my pleasure if you say thank you. Have you noticed that?
No, that's their thing. They have to, it's my pleasure.
Right, they're super nice. They're always like on it.
Actually what they
right.
They have to say it.
Right, and they're like, there must be so much like, hey everybody, good morning. Do you love Jesus? I love Jesus. Let's make chicken.
Yeah. I also want to say, next to the Wendy's drive-thru, Chick-fil-A is fast.
Oh no, for sure. It's crazy. That's why they have 2 windows and they can just pump it out.
They do.
Yeah.
And they always seem to have like kids that care that work there. Like I never really get a wrong order.
I got to run home and watch that new Netflix series because I'm dying to eat some Chick-fil-A. So
Like
if
you
I
can
see
smell it already, can't you? Like Pavlov's dog starts salivating.
I need to see how mean they are to the chicken, so I don't.
What is it called? Because I saw the
called Rotten.
Yeah, and then I saw the trailer for it, and I watched the trailer for 5 seconds. Was like, oh, I gotta turn this off,
you know
or
what,
I'm gonna
though?
get destroyed.
This is why it is hard to watch, but this will kind of verify what I'm doing. It'll like kind of help me out.
Totally.
Because I am getting weak of all this chicken talk.
I know. All the nuggets.
So I just need to see how those chickens live, and then I'll be like over it. I'll be fine getting the French fries.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna be like, all right,
fine. We're sending Bolty to Chick-fil-A, and I'm getting a large waffle fry.
So what are you going to do? Sniff the chicken and then eat a fry?
No, I'm just going to dip the fry in the Polynesian sauce.
That's made of chicken.
No, it's not. Shut up.
Speaking of the sauces, I didn't know that there's a sauce they don't advertise, and it's the actual Chick-fil-A sauce. Did you know that?
There's Chick-fil-A sauce. I didn't know they didn't
It's like
advertise
special
it.
sauce?
Yeah, so it's and it comes in little containers like all the other sauces
What
you
is
can
it?
choose from, but it's never listed. But you have to ask for it. It's kind of like a spicy mustard
Ketchup.
Ketchup.
Spicy
like
mustard
if you mix
ketchup.
ketchup and mustard.
It's pretty dang good.
Okay,
Spicy mustard
we're
ketchup.
definitely going. And the thing is, you can also get the ranch and the barbecue. So sometimes I'll dip my thing in the ranch and then the barbecue.
Yeah, you can get a salad, without
What?
chicken.
I eat plenty of vegetables. I'm eating the French fries. You're not talking me out of
You
it.
can eat the French fries and the salad.
Oh, no, I'm just going to eat like a lot of French fries.
Like 2 larges.
Shut up.
Oh my God, they're cookies and cream shape. We could go on forever.
Is there one in this area?
I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, they're like in North Denver. They got a chicken fillet.
Right.
Right.
Camera, action.
And now,
All tea, all shade, hunty.
Celebrity Trash Batch with Larry, Kathie, and Wiggins.
Can I get an amen up in here? Sponsored by the Mike Sawyer Law Firm. Call 303-GOOD-LAW. Here's Kathie J.
Congratulations, Kim and Kanye. Your third baby was born via surrogate Monday morning.
Kim's like posting pictures.
I've never lost the baby weight faster.
I know, totally,
Yay.
right? Flat stomach she's got.
Exactly. No frozen peas on this for JJ.
So it's a little girl, no name yet. She was a little over 7 pounds. And Kim was, of course, right there in the delivery room. Mama Chris and the 2 of the sisters were there. Not in the delivery room, but Kim was. And then Kim did skin to skin immediately
And
with the
Rob,
little baby.
Right. Rob breastfed the baby for the first 2 times. Get that skin to skin on the uncle side.
And then Kanye was second to hold the baby.
Right. And then Kanye held Rob.
Right.
It's weird.
Very weird. I mean, they're all really close.
That must be so embarrassing to be Rob when you have a family dinner and Kanye's like, then my fashion line launches. Then we do the world tour. And Kim's like, my makeup line's going great.
Right.
And Kylie's like, we've reached the 10 million mark on my makeup.
Right. Chloe's like, my revenge body is killing it in the ratings.
Exactly. And Courtney's like, I love my family and kids. What's up, Rob?
Right. And Kendall's like, oh, I just came back from
Milan and I'm doing all this.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Rob?
Yeah, Rob.
He's all, I eat and then I poop.
It does
And then I
suck.
eat some more. And then I watch all you on TV.
He's all, I just got a chicken nugget tasting job.
In England.
That was good. That was good, Wig. Okay, so there's video out there of a roadie pulling up Marilyn Manson's pants after they fell down mid-song.
Ugh. And I've seen him like...
I mean, there is no butt to hold up those pants.
Right,
So, I
it's
mean,
like-
I'm shocked this is the first time this has happened.
He does look like Howard Stern's cousin. Sorry.
Oh, no, totally.
He wears like thongs and G-strings on stage
Yeah.
and jock straps.
And you're
it's
an old
like-
man now.
It's so gross. It literally looks like a person leaning on a clear glass door.
Yeah, flat.
Right.
Flat butt. A few days ago, he was on stage. He was launching into the beautiful people. The beautiful people.
The beautiful people. The beautiful people. And then everybody in the audience is like 58.
The beautiful people.
There's not a beautiful person in here.
His pants fell down.
Oh, God.
And a fan caught the whole thing on video. Luckily, he was, luckily, or maybe not luckily, he was facing away from the crowd at the time.
You know, his is probably like pierced and has some things hanging
Ew,
from it.
ew.
It's probably
But-
tattooed. And
But
I'm-
again, everybody had to see the flat white butt that you said is up against the sliding glass door.
Right, and then when he went to pick up his pants, all this junk fell in the middle of all that.
Ew, what junk?
All his junk fell through the other side when he bent over to pick up his pants.
Oh, gotcha.
So you got to see everything.
That's gross. He didn't want
And
to.
then his pink balloon eye was all.
He didn't want to interrupt the song.
Beautiful people. It's a beautiful people.
Okay, boys. Okay. So instead of bending over to pull him up, so he didn't bend over. Nothing
somebody
fell
else
out, Larry.
did. Oh, okay.
He motioned for a roadie to come out and do it for him, and he didn't miss a beat. Looked like he and the roadie shared a little laugh. Later in the song, he made up for it.
He's all, sir, I didn't know you were uncircumcised.
He invited a female fan on stage who was a lot younger than he was, and she went topless. So
Oh.
everybody forgot about his flat white butt.
Right, and then he got excited, and that's what kept his pants up. His boner.
Cardi B.
What about him?
You're not going to believe this.
I don't want to hear it. She's like, I used
she
to
won
hate-
the Powerball.
Seriously.
Last year, she became the first female rapper since Lauryn Hill to have a #1 solo hit when Bodak Yellow topped the charts.
So Nicki Minaj has been grinding and doesn't have
Isn't that crazy?
Man, that's insane.
Her songs to me are a lot better
Well, I mean,
than Cardi B's.
she's been at it for so long that she definitely is everywhere. I just find it so hard to believe.
Maybe she was just the feature on songs, and
I
she
know,
didn't
but
do
she's
her
had
songs.
enough solo projects and enough hits.
She even said that at one point in a documentary. She was mad because all people just are using me to be on them and make them a hit. So it's like she didn't even get her own hit because she was too busy doing their music.
She's had a ton, of songs, singles of
No, for
hers.
sure. But she was loyal to the Cash Money crew. You know?
So loyal that she slept with everybody.
Well, that's just rumors. Larry.
Right.
And now Cardi B has become the first woman in Billboard history.
What?
History to have 3 songs charting in the top 10 simultaneously for 3 consecutive weeks. So that means she now has beat out Beyonce, Mariah Carey. Think about all of the greats. Pink, Adele.
Okay, can I say this though? Everybody in any of this music business gets screwed on their first deal. So she's probably getting screwed.
Oh, yeah, I'm
you know what I
sure
mean? So
she is.
somebody probably said, sign here. Here's $10,000 cash to get you started.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, for sure. You signed that first deal.
Yeah.
And every time you see successful artists battling in court to get out of that deal.
No,
that makes me feel better.
Yeah, right. Let's hope that's what it is.
To her, 10 G's is crazy big. So you know what I mean? So they're probably going to string her along for a long time going, now you have $25,000 cash. She's like, what?
What?
Yeah,
just
next
do whatever
week,
I want with?
50,000.
All right. Matt Damon is now saying, you know what? I realized that with all this sexual harassment stuff, maybe I should just shut up. Because remember, he first came out.
Yeah, but he's always stepping in it.
Yeah. And so on the Today Show yesterday, he said, I really wish I'd listened a lot more before I weighed in on the sexual harassment in Hollywood.
Did you ever see that thing where they were arguing about his show, and they were talking about that show that him and Ben Affleck
Project
had?
Greenlight.
Right, and he was arguing with this person, and he was like...
The female producer, I remember that.
I remember that.
Right, he's like, well, here's how you should feel about, being a minority. And he was mansplaining or race-plaining.
And this woman was
somebody.
a black minority, so she was like, excuse me?
For sure.
Yeah.
Then Matt Damon said, I should get in the back seat and close my mouth for a while. Which I agree.
For sure.
And then tomorrow, let's talk about the Aziz Ansari situation.
Right.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of blowback against that girl.
But there's a lot of support for her, too.
Yeah.
Right, people are torn because...
I'm even kind of supporting her.
Well, yeah, there's
what she said.
No, for sure. It's but I mean, we have to define what people are, getting up in arms about, because some people seem way less in trouble than other people. Is all I'm saying. So, you can't compare Aziz to Harvey Weinstein.
No way.
You know what I mean?
Do you think when he put his fingers in his mouth, he's all, treat yourself?
Oh,
you ever
yeah.
seen that?
Again, someone please text us and let me, in all of the fun times I've had with guys, not once has a dude stuck his fingers in my throat.
I know why.
I
know why. The only guys that do that are guys that don't have anything else to gag you on.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
no,
it's
because I've been with those guys too.
Okay. No. Here's the thing. I honestly, I've seen, movies where that happens. I'm not into that. But I mean, I've also seen, a thing where people will... you're in proximity to relations, but you can't really kiss that person.
Okay.
So instead of kissing them, you spit in their mouth.
That's
a thing.
disgusting.
All right.
So what, you spit and then keep moving your
Let's
mouth
move
somewhere
on.
else?
Let's
No,
that still doesn't explain the fingers. I need that explained.
I don't know. I've seen those two things
That's
trending.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's just in pornos, Larry. So
Right. Well, no,
get off your YouTube account.
Obviously, it's a reflection of what's trending. So people like to spank. They're like, and then the videos are spanking. People like to gag people or choke people out. That's trending.
People like to hook up with 80-year-old women too. You know, doesn't mean you got.
That's not trending. That's not trending.
Great
on there.
point. That's a great point.
What's the point?
That's a category on those. That's a category.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is like we were just talking off the air, and everybody's like aware of the fact that there's some girls that like to be choked out,
But
and
it's
some
not
men.
trending. It's something that probably has already always been happening.
Right, but I mean, like, the more people they find in closets hanging themselves.
Let's just get Chick-fil-A. Come on, let's.
Yeah. Finally, in an interview with GQ, Jimmy Kimmel says that his beef with Kanye in 2013 was awesome.
Wait, what?
Jimmy Kimmel, remember that whole Twitter beef he had with Kanye West back in 2013?
Oh, that's right. And
You
he was
forget
like,
about
oh,
it.
yeah,
but
I
you
did
remember
forget about that, right.
They went toe to toe.
Right.
About what?
So Jimmy Kimmel said, I live for moments like that. When I got into the Twitter battle with Kanye, I was so happy. When my wife makes fun of me, I was absolutely beaming. I feel confident in a situation like that. The feud with Kanye started when on a Twitter rant about a parody sketch that Kimmel did. Kanye called him a manipulative media mother blanker and had hashtags like hashtag all disrespect to Jimmy Kimmel. And Kimmel came back at him and said, well, you do this, this, and this in your songs and your videos. Who are you to judge me?
Kanye has very thin skin.
Yep,
and
totally.
He even called Jay Farrell and it's like, yo, man, you can't be cracking jokes about me. I'm like,
he did.
Jesus, you can't be tearing me down.
Right.
And it's like, no.
And Jay Farrow
was like, I'm going to be funny.
He does a great
right.
Kanye West.
Right. That's like Trump not liking his impersonators.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're funny.
And
Alec
let's
Baldwin's
not forget that Kanye was the first to go kiss the ring of Donald Trump after he got elected. Remember?
Yeah, that was disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
So we just passed $200 mark for Ben.
Yay!
So
Thank you guys.
If you guys, thank you everyone who's donated. If you want to help out, Ben had his money stolen from his rent, and it's affecting his 3 kids, and his wife might leave him. He said. So if you want to donate, all the links are on the Facebook, Twitter, and all that for Larry and Kathie.
Right. He got ripped off by trying to look out for somebody who took advantage of him. So we're looking out for him.
So thank you everyone who's donated, and just have a great. Was it Wednesday?
Yeah,
yes.
Wednesday.
Hump day.
You're halfway through the week.